What's up? How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody have a good day? Had a pretty good day myself, man. You know, Hood Champion been busy today, man. But I took some time to look at a few things. But I'm telling you, we got some stuff to talk about, man. Anyway, man, let's see who's in here. As people start trickling in, let's have a robust conversation because everything that's going on right now is very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Very, very interesting, man. Let me skip this ad right here. Yeah, and if y'all could hit that like button as y'all come in, I'd appreciate it. What's up, May Shaw? How you doing? All these ads popping up are ridiculous, man. Okay. What's up, Vanessa? How you doing? Nadia, how you doing? Let me tell you this, right? You know, I looked at a lot, and those gloves, man, everything about it is suspicious. But you know, it may be legal what ended up happening out there. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, out there in Georgia, they they go by their own set of rules, and this is what is a little bit frustrating, you know, because I had to go and I had to listen to the announcement when they got in the ring, you know, and I was listening to see who's actually governing the fight, and I'm gonna play that for y'all because when I listened to it today, it told me where I need to look because depending on the state you're in, then that's going to determine glove removal, right? Depending on the state you're in, that's going to determine the commission. You know, that's going to that's that one. Where's the other one? That's going to determine what rules have to be followed. Anyway, where is it? I'm just going to go ahead and play it for you. But I'm telling you right now, man, it's crazy because I was looking at it all day, and I was just sitting here shaking my head like, damn, Claressa Shields and them are out here up to no good. But the bottom line is they have pre-fight. Before the fight, they have a glove inspection, hand wrap inspection, you know what I'm saying? But then after the fight, unfortunately, out there in Georgia, there is no rule for the gloves to be inspected or anything. There's no rule. I read all through their instruction, their regulations. I looked at different regulations, man, that govern boxing. And what I found out is it really falls on every athletic commission in every state. Every state's going to be different, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of is what it is. But this is the thing. They decided to have that fight in Atlanta, and she kept them gloves on. And Claressa doesn't normally keep gloves on. You know what I'm saying? She does not normally keep gloves on. And that's why I'm looking at something here right now. And that's why it's all really, really odd and unusual. And then for Papoose taking the gloves off under the table, that shit's still suspicious as hell to me. Just looking at how he was doing it and how they were looking at the gloves, but at the same time, I got to be real. It's kind of hard to really go forward and say that there was some kind of foul play. I know it looks crazy. It does look crazy. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if there's foul play suspected, it can still be an investigation. You know, slick. Yeah, I think there's still enough. There's enough there to push for an investigation. That's just my opinion. Doesn't mean they're going to find anything, because the problem is you're talking about those gloves. If there was suspected foul play, they would have had to notify the commission right there. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like nobody was thinking about anything until we started looking, and we found some things to be odd. But there's no rule. The thing is, there is no rule. I'm going to show you. It's kind of crazy. I went through all the instructions, man. And then let me get rid of this. I got too much shit open here. But I went through all them damn instructions. Let me see something. See if I can pull it up here for y'all. Window capture. Let me see here. Which one is it? This one. Okay, right here. You know, where is it at? This is the problem. Georgia does not appear to have a specific published rule requiring a routine post-fight inspection with the gloves. Now, I didn't just look at ChatGPT. I actually went into the current Georgia instruction with the regulation. I went into it and I read through it. It's not long where they talk about boxing, but it specifically does address the pre-fight glove inspection. But I went into the actual source document and I read through there. And then I just came back to ChatGPT and then I was doing some research there and it's saying the same thing. It's pulling from the source document, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is it addresses the pre-fight glove inspection. It says the glove must be examined by the referee and a commission rep before the start of the match. It also establishes requirements concerning glove weight certification conditions. So it requires them. Here's all the requirements for the glove right here. All right. Now, this is the problem. It doesn't say anything about after the final bell, the commission removing, collecting, sealing, inspecting, or retaining the gloves. Now, the reason why this has us all confused is because we're used to seeing fights like taking place like in New York, right? If you look in New York and you look at the Athletic State Commission's regulations, gloves shall be removed after the bout under the supervision of a commission rep. So every state's going to be different. You know what I'm saying? Now, and also for New Jersey, New Mexico, they all have these rules, but it's all localized. It's all localized. Now, this is the thing. It doesn't mean that the commission in Georgia is powerless, okay? Because this is where it gets very interesting. You know, if they feel there's a need for some kind of investigation, you know, because right now there's some concern about the gloves. They did look funky, you know, but we got to be fair, right? We can't prove it, but this is the problem. There was no mandatory post-fight glove inspection, all right? But the commission could investigate and potentially examine the gloves. But this is the thing. The chain of custody would matter. You know what I'm saying? Them gloves is lost. Them gloves are gone, you know? For real, them gloves are out of here. See, I read something different. Maybe I must have missed something because I read the gloves are checked before the fight and after. The commentator on camera stated what he saw. Yeah, well, I know what the commentator said. You know what I'm saying? But I went to the instruction. I also read about the rules of boxing under the. I read about everything, man. A bunch of stuff, even with the sanctioning bodies. You know, I read it. I read that. Then I was reading into something I was talking about amateur boxing, but I read through a whole bunch of shit. The bottom line is, but if they feel there's a need for an investigation, oh, they can push for it. They can push for it. But this is my thing. I'm going to tell you again. Claressa is not someone who keeps gloves on. I don't know any fighter who keeps gloves on. So now you think about it. This is where we start to have a conversation. And this is where stuff still seems very suspicious to me, right? This is the thing. She wanted a knockout. She wanted a knockout. So, you know, in Atlanta, they don't require a post-fight inspection. She always takes her gloves off. And it could be because she's fighting in places. Well, she's fighting in Detroit. I didn't look at their rules and regulations up there. I probably should have, right? But my thing is, for them to take it off, it's either they're being considerate during the post-fight press conference and they don't want to make a lot of noise when they're taking the tape off, or they're hiding something. Because if you look at the movements look real shifty to me. Everything about it looks shifty to me, you know what I'm saying? With the little girl, and she's under the table, and Papoose comes over there, and how she had the left hand underneath, the glove looks all crazy. But see, there's enough there because although the gloves weren't confiscated after the event, you know, and taken into custody, they can still look at video footage. So I think if anyone were to watch the videos and see the stuff that we're seeing, I think that could probably make them say, man, this look a little bit crazy. But then you run into a problem, you know what I'm saying? Because now you run into a problem where they're saying, okay, where are the gloves? You know what I'm saying? You got the commission's possession. It's much easier to preserve and examine if the commission had the gloves, but they didn't. Papoose had the gloves. They were there at the post-fight press conference. They took them off underneath the table. Then they put them up on the table, and then Claressa continued, with the post-fight press conference. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the promoter had them, this is where you got to. The investigators will need to establish custody to obtain access. But I'm gonna be honest, I ain't never seen nobody just come out there and outside of the damn referee or the commission, I ain't never seen nobody, just a random person, take off no damn gloves and maintain possession of the gloves. Because my thing is, gloves can be discarded, gloves can be destroyed. Now, I'm going to go ahead and challenge Claressa Shields, because I'm sure she's watching this video. If not, she will be watching it, right? I'm going to challenge her. I ain't accusing you of nothing, but the conversation has gone way left already. The shit's gone viral. All you got to do is show the gloves. That's all I'm saying. You and Papoose, just show the gloves. And I think they should. I think they should show the gloves. Because if those gloves were discarded or those gloves were destroyed, but now we got to ask why. If this was such a big fight and you were there talking about, thank you, Jesus, oh, Jesus, Jesus. You getting on your knees. One of them looked like you claimed like you were hobbling around like your knee was broken and shit. But if it was that bad, and you cut the 40 pounds and you got back down to 160 and reclaimed what was yours, why would you discard the gloves, destroy the gloves? That's all I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? Why do that? And I think that's a fair question. So my thing is, if Claressa wants this conversation to go away, just come and she goes live all the time, talking trash, eating food, sucking back snot, all kind of crazy shit she does when she goes live. Well, then go live and say, everybody keep talking about these damn gloves. Man, please, here they go right here. Here go the gloves. And show us the gloves. Because I'm going to tell you, the gloves look funky to me. Now, I will say this. I listened to Sergio Mora. And Sergio Mora, even he felt like there was something going on with them gloves. You know what I'm saying? For where is it? I'm pulling it up. Even he made a comment about the gloves, He was like, I ain't never seen nobody get a knot on their head like that. Talking about K. Scott. And he's like, normally that happens from somebody getting elbowed or something sharp. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't make sense of it. I couldn't make sense of it either. So I heard when Sergio Mora actually said that. Watch Claressa, yeah, she knocked her out, but I still got to wonder about that. Let me see, because I know he said it. I think it was in round 2. Mora calls out gloves. Let me see. Because when he said it, it was pretty mind-blowing that he's there watching the fight just like us. And he sees it too, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, caller. Hello. Hello, you there? You there? Yeah. All right. So look, man, 929-839, as I pull this up, y'all go ahead and call it. I'm pulling this up right now with Claressa and K. Scott. Because I want y'all to hear what Sergio Mora said. Here it is right here. Full fight. Yeah. Because it's a trip. Now, y'all can call in 929-839-0679, man. But let me go to round 2. I think it was round 2, right towards the end where he made the comment. And that got my attention when he said it. You know, when he said it, it got my attention. Let me see where we at here. Round here. What round is this?
Normally that's good if you're fighting another fighter not as fluid, not as quick on the trigger and Claressa Shields, but being that stiff and not moving your upper body, it's only be a matter of time before Shields times her.
She also has very little head movement, Sergio. Keeps that head right on the line.
Scott likes to fight coming forward, but right now Shields is forcing her back. Good jab there.
And that's where Scott is actually vulnerable on the back foot. She keeps that head high. She doesn't tuck her chin in.
Good shots from Shield, but Scott fires back.
I tell you, we are already, I think, seeing some of the evolution of Claressa Shields. She's sitting down on these punches a little bit more.
And I'm surprised that Scott's exchanging hooks with her so early.
Well, Chris said earlier there's no way that Scott can outbox her. She's got to outfight her.
And credit to Scott right now so far. She is trying to get her respect.
And even Shields said yesterday at the weigh-in she was impressed by how big and strong Kay Scott looked.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Shields also has faced someone that's 6 foot tall, just like Kay Scott, and was able to handle her and Danielle Perkins. Actually dropped Perkins with an overhand shot, overhand right. A bump coming up on the forehead of Kay Scott.
She's had problems before.
That's going to turn into a hematoma. It's already swelling.
All right, round 2. Good first round for Claressa Shields, although Scott did have some moments. Chris, what are you seeing so far?
I see a woman in Claressa Shields that wants to win a fight by knockout. We've seen Claressa have success in the past, flurrying, throwing 8, 9, 10 punch combinations at times. And I think she can do that any time against Kay Scott. But that first round, she was looking for one big one.
Oh, they're motoring. Both of them just letting their hands go. This is a fight now. Good right hand there to punctuate it from Shields.
You got to give it to Kay Scott. I mean, she's mixing it up with...
Now, this is edited. I'm going to find where he said it. But you can see in that first round, there was no headbutt. Even Sergio Mora was like, yo, there's a hematoma. But he actually commented about that swelling. Go ahead, caller. Call you back, man. He commented about that swelling. I'm going to find that audio where he was talking about it because he was... Here it is right here. Even he said, yo, it had to be something sharp. I'm gonna pull up the audio for you right now. Because he talked about the hematoma, but I'm gonna pull up the audio.
Hello.
How you doing, caller?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. What you got?
I've been watching boxing for so long, and that is very suspicious to keep your gloves on after fighting. Okay? And I feel that it should have been... It's not fair to Kay Scott that they even let her go to the press conference and do with the gloves on.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Another thing too, it makes it suspicious because I watched it was Papoose. He took her gloves off underneath the table, which that's not admissible either.
Yeah.
So I would say that that's very suspicious. And me as a boxing person for so many years, over 60 years boxing, watching. It's just not right. And I think it should be looked into.
Yeah.
That's just my perspective of it.
No, I agree with you. I think they need to, I think they should just investigate and get a hold of the gloves, and then they can clear it all up, because even the commentator,
What if they discarded them gloves?
Then there's not really nothing they can do. They can just look at the videos and that's really it. There's nothing they can do, and that's what kind of sucks about it. But they can look at the videos and then try to go from there because there's enough footage and the images of the gloves. But you know, you got to take into consider lighting and stuff like that. But I mean, just looking at them, they look kind of beat down, man. They look doesn't like it has all the. They just look funny. I'll put it to you that way. If for me, they look funny.
Meaning how gloves is just because it's a certain way they sit and with your hands in, especially with the cushion part in it.
Yeah, they look like the cushion has been disrupted somehow. You know what I'm saying? I know they just fought, but I'm not seeing anything that would make me believe that those gloves should look like that, you know? But that's why I said, hey, that's the thing when they have these funny rules where they have, as far as a pre-fight, they have an inspection and all that. But post-fight in Georgia, there's no requirement. After the fight, basically,
that gave a good enough reason for whoever to do what they did.
Right.
Okay. That gave them enough leeway to get away, supposedly prove what they done. If that's the case, if they wasn't, I mean, in other words, they was inspected before she used them, correct?
Right. Yeah, they inspect them before. It just creates this conspiracy theory like something happened with those gloves, and it's crazy because again I'm gonna go back. Although there doesn't seem to be a rule, because the thing is they make everything specific to the state commission, and if the state commission decides they want to confiscate gloves at the end of a fight, they do. But for Georgia, there is no rule. But my thing is, I still ain't never seen nobody keep gloves on like that. It just all seems very suspicious, and it all seems very convenient. You need a knockout. You fight in Georgia.
She was very calm. I've been watching it. She's been very calm. She was calm with them gloves on. And even with the little girl, which is her niece, whoever she was helping her with the water, like that was suspicious too. Because why would you try to drink water with gloves on? That it tells you something, right? You know, I mean, you would do that maybe if you practicing or something, but there'd be somebody there with a water bottle that would assist you. You understand? Mm-hmm. But to be sitting there and then the little girl and then she got mad at the little girl somewhat, you know, because of her trying to help, you know, give her the water. And she had said in there, you can see, she said, well, why don't you just take off the gloves? She said, well,
last round, but that.
So I think it just needs to be investigated, period. Hopefully, you know, because, I mean, it's not fair to the other opponent.
No, I agree with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think that's unfair to K. Scott. Now, I'm also going by what Sergio Mora was saying. Even the commentators were saying, this looks odd. You know, it looks odd. And I'm going to end up playing.
Yeah, I heard them when they were saying it the day of the fight, yes.
Yeah, I saw it. I got the audio here. I'm about to play it when you and I get off the phone because some people haven't heard it. But I'm just telling you. Yeah, I heard it. I heard it today. And during the fight, I didn't, you know, I was live and talking. I wasn't catching all that. I was watching the action, and I had my volume turned down. But I listened to it today and I was like, shit, even he pointed out something ain't right. And I went back. I didn't see a headbutt. I didn't see an elbow land. You know, so I'm also trying to understand.
So maybe they're going over the video itself.
They could be. They're both suspended. I mean, that's normal protocol. But this thing about an investigation, if there is an investigation, they're looking into it, then I think there's more to come on that. You know what I'm saying? And I think there should be. I think there's enough reason to at least go out there and just kind of find out what the hell going on, because how her head swell up. I mean, you hit somebody good, maybe they get a knot. Maybe she's one of those people who swell up easily, bruise easily. But then again, you got to ask the question, why you have on these damn gloves? Why you can't take them off and just drink water? Like, why'd you have to wait for Papoose to come take them off? You know what I'm saying? Why you just didn't take them off in the ring? What? Like, nothing about it makes sense. Nothing.
No.
Especially when you think, okay, she ain't fighting in Detroit. We all trying to figure out why she ain't fighting Detroit. Why would she go to Georgia? But then now you see how the fight played out. And then you say, oh, in Atlanta, the state commission, there's no rule for them to take them gloves off. You know, it just opens the door for the conversations that we're having.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for your time. And I'm watching, so.
All right. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Hello, caller.
Hood.
Yeah.
All right. So going by what you just read, saying that they didn't have to check their gloves. So, all right, they picked the place.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They
saying.
picked the girl
It seems like it.
because they knew they could get away with that there.
And
that's why she fought there.
it seems like that, you know.
That's why they had that fight there, because they knew they could do what they was going to do. That's
Well-
that dirty ass pal.
Well, once
That's him.
yeah. Well, once I did the research today, I said, okay, it looks suspicious, but it's legal. But then I said, oh, I already know what direction the conversation is going to go. Because that's just what I thought. I said that because we couldn't understand why y'all fighting in Georgia. You know, why y'all leave Detroit? All of a sudden you go to Georgia, and then you see how everything, then you just see how it all plays out. And she got the gloves on, then you find out, oh, they don't check them. Now, see, I didn't check Detroit. While we're here, I'm going to check it, but I want to play something first. But like in New York, they check the gloves. In New Jersey and New Mexico and other places, that's the state commission. That's part of their rules. They check and inspect gloves immediately after the fight. So they don't do it in Georgia. So it just opens the door for the conversations people are having. It just right now.
Oh yeah.
It looks even more funny than if it would have said that she would have had to turn the gloves in. Now it looks like they're trying to cover something up. Like it's even worse now. Like, oh, damn, y'all picked Georgia just for that. Now, I'm not saying that's the case, but it sure as hell. Yeah, it opens the door for the conversation. It opens the door.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
It is. So you know, he picked all that out. He made all that happen just so she can get that done.
I mean, that's what it
He
seems
did
like.
that. He did. You could even his sneaky face sitting at that table. That man is sneaky.
Yeah, something just seemed off about it. Like, I don't understand. I'm gonna keep saying. A person can say, well, I didn't have to take my gloves off, so what's the big deal? Nah, man, the big deal is everybody, I don't know any fighter, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, they don't take their gloves off. I don't know anyone who doesn't take their gloves off. They all take them gloves off, man. Just makes you wonder, man. This conversation ain't going nowhere, you know, it makes you wonder.
Sure ain't. Yeah. And I hope they find out. I hope somebody really look into this and find out, because they did that girl wrong. They did Kate wrong, and Pep is just the lowest, you know. And then Claressa, she's just going right along. But she said, whatever Pep say, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. I caught that.
That
too.
girl is really just crazy behind this man. He's just dragging her through the ringers.
That's what it seems.
He's dragging her. He is dragging her. It's just almost no hope for her to recover.
Yeah, she seems to be.
I mean, how can she come back from this?
Well, I already know what them gloves. If she has them, just show them. But if they're gone and she like, I ain't got to show y'all nothing, then it's just gonna make people keep talking. You know what I'm saying? But then again, she wants people to keep talking. But I do think that everything about it is very suspicious. But you know, it is what it is, man. It's very suspicious. Yeah. Well, all right, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this audio where the commentator even is talking about, and like, he's confused at how K. Scott's swelling up like that. Even he's confused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, okay then. I'll talk back with you later.
All right, man. Bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah. All right. Listen to what the commentator says.
He's going to be a real problem.
Yeah, usually bumps like that don't come from punches. They're usually by elbows. Usually bumps like that don't come from punches. They're usually by elbows. Or something sharp that hit her there. Because usually bumps like that don't come from punches. They're usually by elbows. Or something sharp that usually bumps like that don't come from punches. They're usually by elbows. Or something sharp that hit her there. Because normally a glove doesn't do that. So
now you see that right there is Sergio Mora. And Sergio Mora is saying, usually when it comes to fights and somebody getting hit, he's like, that doesn't normally happen from when it comes to gloves. Listen to him again.
Bumps like that don't come from punches. They're usually by elbows. Or something sharp that hit her there. Because normally a glove doesn't do that.
You see? So even he said, and he's a boxer. He's a retired. He's a champion, and he was a champion and all that. Even he said, like, that shit is crazy. So the whole thing, man, is looking kind of wild right now. You know what I'm saying? 950. Okay, let me call this person back. So look, 929-839-0679. I'm telling you, something looking crazy here.
Yes.
Hood champion, how you doing?
Hi, Hood. I just wanted to say, I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, like maybe her finger was hurt or something. But after that, she went partying like nothing wasn't wrong with her. So I don't understand why Pap had to take the glove off under the table.
Right.
That's the part I don't get.
That's the part I don't get. Now I'm looking at it, and I'm saying maybe they were being considerate because K. Scott was talking, and they didn't want to make a lot of noise.
Yes.
But
giving her the benefit of the doubt. But then after that, she partying, hey, got her hands up, dancing and everything.
Well, you look at when they were taking the glove off, she was wincing, you know, and I was like, okay, she injured, but then she out there partying and Cupid shuffling, electric sliding, dancing and doing.
I think when the commentator, like what you just played, when he said that should have rang bells that maybe we need to check these gloves.
Oh yeah. For him to say that, you know, I'm telling you, man, I ain't never seen nobody from a punch swell up like that. I've seen
when you look at her glove, only one. When you look at one of her gloves, the one she knocked her out with, and you look at the print in the glove and how the glove is made, it looked like you got brass knuckles or something. But I swear, it's a print through there. What it is, I can't say, but something fishy.
Yeah, it does.
And I think they knew the rules and the laws before they even did this, because, you know, Papa's sneak. So, you know, honestly, this is some fishy stuff. And she may never be in trouble for it, but there is something fishy on the 100%. I'm sorry.
No, I understand. I can see it both ways. But the problem with me is I can't make sense of her keeping them gloves on all the way there. And for Pap, why didn't her trainer remove the gloves? Why didn't her people in her corner remove the gloves?
She kept the gloves on. Why did you have to put one hand under the table for them to be taken off?
Right.
That don't make no sense. That's suspicious right there. He was right next to her. And another thing is that she's so arrogant and determined to win and so boastful. I wouldn't be surprised if she did anything she could. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I think she definitely had her back against the wall. And when people had her back against the wall, you never know what measures they'll go to. Now, I'm just telling you.
She lost a lot of weight. I think she didn't have the strength she normally has, you know.
Thank you, Carol, for the cash app.
A little security.
I appreciate you. No, that's what it seems. I'm telling you. I was busy all day. I didn't have a chance to make one video. But I was watching the film. I read through several instructions. The instruction that governs USA Boxing, the ABC Boxing, everything. I looked at everything. And what it kept saying is, you know, every state's commission is pretty much is what governs these fights. So I kept coming back to Georgia's, and I was like, damn, and I read it about 3 days ago, but I read it about 10 times today just to be sure. And I was like, what about internationally? I was trying to find anything, and it just basically breaks it down. It's really on the state commission. And I
want to ask you, being that you are knowledgeable about boxing, if she would have lost, she wouldn't have the payday that she had, right?
No. That her payday is what they agreed to before the fight. So Claressa's payday.
So she still would have got it.
Yeah. She would have got it. Now the rematch, well, it depends on the contract. If it says Claressa gets, you know, whatever, 500,000, and then if she loses and there's a rematch clause, she'll still get 500,000, and then maybe if K. Scott beats her the second time, then she'll get the lion's share of the purse.
But Claressa is so narcissistic that she can't lose. She do not want to lose under any circumstances, and I just think she secured herself, and Pat made sure she secured the bag. That's all I'm saying.
It just seems odd, man. You know what I'm
It ain't
saying?
not. When something ain't right, it ain't right. This whole thing is not right. Simple as that. Ain't nothing odd about what they did. Something ain't right. What's fishy is fishy. They might never be able to prove it, but if it ain't right, it ain't right.
Right. All right. Let me
The
take.
rock. Okay, well, thanks, Hood. That's all I have to say.
All right. You take care. All right. Bye. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Hood, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for calling in. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Listen, Hood, you got to think about it. Where Papoose is from?
Yeah, I know.
Brooklyn, New York, right?
Right, I know. All right, look, I
Talking about
look.
I'm from the Bronx.
I'm
We're
far from
talking about
slow.
hustle here, okay?
Listen. I'm far from slow. I'm far from slow. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is crazy. And then that whole bandage around her knee, she put that there just in case if she lost. Because how you partying? Moving around, dancing.
But okay, that's the
Ain't nothing wrong
partying
with the
thing.
leg.
But what about inside the ring? She ain't look like nothing was wrong with her leg in that ring.
Absolutely, Hood champion. This is crazy. All that we're Pap upstairs, yeah, Pap was upstairs, thinking, searching from state to state to see how they can get this done. Because she was so desperate for a knockout.
For a knockout.
And then the towels were thrown too soon. Too soon. All 3 towels were thrown in too soon.
You felt that they were too soon?
That is behind this. I can't believe that this young lady is actually going to go down in history because of this married man and lose everything. Because Claressa Shields, it's coming. Your day is coming. And Remy Ma tried to give you the blueprint of her husband, not her ex-husband, her husband, running you in circles and just playing on your intelligence, sweetheart. And remember, and think about it, Hood. Remember, they were at a conference, and she said that Papoose wanted her. See, they're playing in our faces. They're actually playing in our faces. Papoose wanted her to go back and fight in Detroit, and she was like, no, I'm going to fight in Atlanta. They knew. She already knew. They are trying to play in our faces. They knew that they could put some. I mean, if you look at the glove, oh my God, I had to zoom in. Oh my God, it's like you could see her knuckles in the glove. Literally see the knuckles.
Yeah, them gloves look funky.
Yeah, they look really bad. Them gloves look really, really bad, man. Really, really bad. And I really and truly hope that they do an investigation. Claressa Shields, your time is coming, baby girl. And it's a shame that you're going to let this man bring you down. All the boasting and the bragging about your accolades. Baby girl, you're about to lose it all. Because he's from my neck of the woods. He's just in Brooklyn, and I'm from the Bronx. Your day is coming, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're just a payday. She's just a payday for Pat. Remy Ma tried to give this girl the blueprint, but you didn't want to listen. That's the reason why she's so upset and she's so angry with Remy Ma, because everything that Remy Ma said and she listened to, because she heard her, she's living it. You understand? She's living it. We think she's dumb. She's not. She's living it. All down to the pawning, she's living it, and that's why she's angry with Remy Ma. She knows Remy doesn't want Pat. She knows that. She knows Remy doesn't want Pat. But because Remy tried to tell her what's going to happen, she's pissed off about it because she's living it now. She is living it, and now she's about to lose everything just like Remy Ma did.
Right. Well,
Thank you so much for letting me call in. But I'm here for the investigation. I'm here all for it because they need to do it. And if it takes us to push them to do it, then so be it. The internet, we're down for it. Because, Kay, I feel sorry for her. And they're on the same team. It took your niece told you up there. You drink the water, you got 2 hands. That little girl told you got 2 hands.
Right.
And the suspicious look on their faces. They were nervous. First, Pat was to the right of her. Then he ended up next to her. I thought he was playing musical chairs.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they were nervous. The looks in their faces. You can tell they were up to something. And then pulling the strap to make noise. Okay, Kay was speaking. Maybe they didn't want to pull it in. But when the people out there were asking questions, they were trying to, I guess they thought maybe nobody was paying attention to them. He started pulling off the strap. And then they were whispering to each other.
Yes.
You knew something was going on there. You knew something was going on. And Pat was like, this is the time. Let's do it now. Yeah. So I hope they run everything back, Hood. I hope they run everything back. Because Claressa, you could tell her whole demeanor, she was off. She was scared. And so was Pat. But he found that right time when he went over there and sat by her, and the knee sat below him, and her hand went underneath that table. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody is zooming in on that glove. Everybody is zooming in on that glove. Right. But she loves him so much. Right. She's going down with him to have nothing.
All right.
Everything taken away from her. Everything.
All right. Let me take some more calls, all right?
So, Hood, do your thing. I love your show.
Thank you so much for the support. You take care, all right?
Okay, God bless.
All right, bye. All right, everybody calling. I see. I'm calling you back in. I'm calling you back in order. I didn't forget about you. I'm going down the line. Now, I'm just gonna tell you, they were either being very considerate or doing something shady.
Hello.
It's her champion. How you doing?
Hi. Good night. Hello, everyone.
Same to you.
Okay. I want to say this because I was like I say, I want to get all my thoughts together. Now I want to say this. I am not pleased because it looks like they are normalizing her behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're turning right into wrong and wrong into right. And yesterday, when you screenshot that glove, that red glove, and my eyesight is not that great.
Right.
I said right then and there, if it came to a jury and it says, I said guilty because I seen her knuckles. I said, I have no business seeing that. I'm supposed to have, just like when you demonstrated your son gloves.
Right.
Pat it. And I'm looking at the red. I said, that's it. I said, what came to my mind, she probably said, no, so Pap saying, look at it. She tired of people messing with her, talking about her all over social media, saying how she don't have knockouts like everybody else, and she's not the GOAT. This is what I'm thinking. It probably got to her, and she felt like she wanted to try to get a knockout. But right then and there, I said, those are her knuckles. And I said, obviously, the pattern was out. Something needed to be done. This is like Bonnie and Clyde. Doing crime and going to wind up doing some time. This is a tag team to me. And, and another thing that disturbs me, what I don't like, she's following Remy's daughter on Instagram. She say things about the daughter. And I say, she's dangerous. She's very dangerous.
So she's saying stuff about the daughter?
No, this is what I listened to another blogger, and they were saying, she said something about Remy's daughter. She don't like Remy's daughter, the little girl. She don't like her.
Oh, really?
And they said, why are you following her now? And I do remember on another channel, she said she wished Remy had died when Remy was pregnant having her. And when Claressa says she wants to have a baby, she's talking as if it's an object. She doesn't even know why she wants to have a baby. She's just saying it just for the sake of it. She doesn't know the true meaning of having a child. So it's just like her mind. She, and I feel like something is going to happen. It's either she snapped and, it's going to say, oh, all the signs was there, but everybody talked about it. But what's going to be doing about it? I feel like she needs a mental health warrant. I really do. But as far as with this boxing, you proved me that, hey, something was done. You know, and Pat, I'm from Brooklyn, so I know the con and all. I see all that. It don't surprise me. And you know what? Remy warned her, just like the other lady said, warned her, and she didn't take heed. And I'm gonna say it like this. There was a man on my son came home and said there was a man on his job. He would leave his break. He works in the hospital. He would leave his break and go stealing all the time, bragging about doing this and doing that. My son said, "Mom, you won't believe this." He said they came and got him and sent him home. He's fired. A good paying job. But he was bragging about how he's always stealing at some store. And I said, "You're gonna do that in your uniform?"
That's crazy.
So I caught up to him. So eventually, what they're doing is she's gonna feel it the most. But I just can't understand how she allowed this man, you know, to come into her life. She allowed this and ruin it. Because before he came, I ain't hear no much about her. I ain't hear nothing about her. You know, and I'm just disgusted. I really am. But honestly, I see guilty to me because I ain't got no business seeing the knuckles of the gloves. I seen it. So I feel like investigation needs to be done. It should not be swept underneath the rug. And I feel it should be talked about even more and more. It should be all over because, you know, it's going to be even another situation, you know. So this is what I have to say.
No, I agree because even I'm looking at it and I'm trying, you know, me, I try to be fair but honest with it. I'm like, are they being? I said,
yeah. That's it.
But,
I said, I said, that's a knuckles.
Yeah,
but
I
got no business seeing that.
I got the image.
No business seeing
I got the image on the screen right now, and I'm looking at it, and it just looks funny as hell. Something doesn't look right. You know what I'm saying? Something doesn't look right.
You remove the glove underneath the table. Okay, come on now.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes I get so angry. Like I said, she old enough to be my daughter. I feel like I get a belt and a switch for her fresh mouth.
Right.
You know, because I was always on her side. You know, I don't hate her, but I hate her ways. I'm angry. And, you know, I'm just disappointed in her. I really am. I'm so disappointed because I'm a person who want the best for her, you know, especially what she's been through. But for her to be this, is be ugly, and, you know, it's like sinister, her behavior. It's like evil. And then you tag team with that man. It's like on top of more evil. She done picked up more of his spirits. That's what I'm saying, because she just got out of control.
Yeah, she's definitely gone down the wrong path as far as her reputation and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yes, but I can really say that that when you zoomed out, I seen the gloves. I said that's it. That did it for me. I said if it looked like a duck, it walked like a duck, it clacked like a duck, it's a duck. I said them gloves. I said ain't got no business seeing those knuckles. And that's probably what hit her so hard, them knuckles.
If they do an investigation, man, I'd be curious to find out what, if they look at the gloves, I'd be curious to see, you know, what they come up with, because I'm just saying it just looks weird to me, you know, and I'm very curious.
I'll be the first. If you ain't gotta say it, I'll say it. I said it. Monique said it. Guilty. Yes. All right, that's all I have to say.
All right, man. I'll talk to you. Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye. Let me keep going down the line here, man. 71. Yeah, okay. Let me call you back now. I think I got everybody. Well, not everybody, but I'm going down the line right now. But yeah, we're gonna see what's going on. I'm just curious to know if Claressa gonna clear this up and say, look, y'all out here trying to make something out of nothing. How you doing, caller? Oh, shit. E-Dogs, what's up with you?
Yo, that caller was hating on Pat, man. It was like she focused on him being married. You know what I'm saying? I think that was more, you know, I don't think that was fact-based, man. There's a lot of hate from Pat, man.
Yeah, what you think about the gloves?
I can't lie, man. Them gloves look suspect as hell. I'm looking at the image on the screen.
Yeah,
and I'm seeing knuckles. I'm seeing fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if those is Reyes gloves. If they those IMF, if they're IMF gloves, you're not supposed to see that. Them injection molding ones they got now.
Mm-hmm.
with the phone.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're using. I know if they're using the new gloves, you're definitely not supposed to see that.
Right.
Even with Reyes gloves, I mean, they got to be like 8 ounces. I don't know what they're using, 10s. But yeah, the glove, it looks suspect. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Like me, I just have conversations. I was just asking, hey, anybody ever seen somebody keep gloves on all the way up to the post-fight press conference? I mean, it's one thing if you finish the fight and they got to hurry up and have the post-fight press conference in 3 minutes, and from the ring you just fly to the post-fight, but they still take off your gloves. You know what I mean?
Just got me thinking. Remember when, because I met this guy, Louis Resto, I got to hold his belt.
Yeah.
You remember when he got caught?
Yeah. Those are the gloves they gave us. Yeah, I remember that shit.
But he caught him as soon as he went in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
I would think every team is always going to check the gloves like that when they go immediately. I'm just thinking that's what I would do if I was in your corner.
Right.
Like not even thinking about it, I'm gonna go shake your hands and check the gloves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like what the cornerman is supposed to do. I don't know what their procedures are either, because they're supposed to be wrapped. Somebody from the corner is supposed to be there when they wrap them. You're supposed to be able to approve the gloves, and somebody from the commission is supposed to sign them after you see them.
Right. Yeah.
I don't. If all that happened, keeping the gloves on to me is publicity. But that picture right there, you got up on the screen. Yeah, I'm seeing multiple fingers all the way down the head.
Yeah, I know. It looked crazy. Crazy.
But I'm still team go.
Oh, yeah.
Pat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to the other corners, listen, I think that her going to the body was a signal that she was going for the knockout more than going for the head. But she landed a lot of clean shots. And I seen her doing the shoulder roll. And all I'm thinking, if Floyd might have gave her pointers or punch, because a simple angle of the wrist is going to turn a slap into a connect. Right. I'm out here though. I just called in, man, stir the pot, man, get people mad in the chat.
Right. All right, man. I'm gonna talk to you. All right. Yeah, let me go to the next one. That's my boy E-Dogs right there. E-Dogs, he's a Claressa fan. He's a Claressa supporter and Pap supporter, but even he's saying the gloves look funky. He used to box too. So it ain't just me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just me saying it just looks weird, So, hey, may not be anything.
Hello, this is Jessica Noel.
All right, I'm out of here. Next one. That was 225. Let me see. Let me call. I'm going down the line, calling everybody back. So if
Your call has been forwarded.
Boom, line that one off. Going down the line. Okay, going down the line. If you call in, I will call you back. You know what I'm saying? I will call you back. I ain't no guy gonna prank you and shit, but I will call you back. If not, I keep going.
Hello?
Hood Champion, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
All right, what you got?
Okay, so I just wanted to address a few things here. Everyone keeps saying Pap. I don't think Pap is that bright. The one who I think is the suspect is Andre. I think he's the one that either put it in their heads, and also Claressa was walking around, and because there's pictures of her that she took pictures with celebrities. She never went back to her locker room or anything. And I think this was just a big payday for everybody in both corners. And I think they knew that this was going to happen, because for her team to throw in all those towels the way they did, I think it was just a big payday for everybody. I think everybody bet on it. I believe even Kate probably bet on this fight as well.
You know what? You may be on to something. Now, if Kate Scott, she would have to have somebody else put her money up. She can't bet on herself losing. But you're right. When people out there hustling, there's no conversation off limits on this channel. And you just never know. But all I'm saying is, it's funny that You even got people who aren't diehard boxing fans like myself, but who watch enough boxing for them to say, something seems wrong here. Something doesn't make sense. That's the problem. It's not making sense. That's why we're talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Andre kept coming. Every time the coach, whoever the trainer would say something, he kept coming in Clarissa's ear. None of this ever happened until this guy started working with her this year. It just, he comes off like one of those street slick dudes. Like, he may not have done it. And Pap is not bright enough. I'm sorry. I just don't think Pap is that intelligent to think of anything like that. He doesn't box. He's not a boxer. He doesn't know about it. But Andre was a boxer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I'll just say this again. I'm just asking a question because I ain't never seen nothing like it. Nobody's been able to explain to me. I looked at the rules. Okay.
And that's why I said he was very vocal. He was working with her, but because they probably found out about Georgia's law. Okay, so this is what we could do. We want a knockout. And then, I don't put nothing past any of them, but I just don't think Pap is the mastermind behind that.
You don't think Pap? Yeah. I'll just say it. If there's someone out there who's a professional boxer or forget that, someone who's close to the source, just call in and say, hey, I'm not going to tell y'all who I am. I disagree with y'all. This is why she kept the gloves on. This is why the gloves look like that. They still had the gloves. There's a video coming out tomorrow going to explain it. Y'all need to stop. Then boom, then do it. Because other than that conversation ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
For real, it ain't going nowhere.
That's all I wanted to share. I would just, I keep hearing everybody say, "Oh, Pap, she's letting Pap." I don't think Pap. He's just not that. He was too busy worrying about his payday.
I hear that, man. Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you, man. If you called, I'll call you back. Hopefully, I didn't disturb you.
No, you didn't. I appreciate you. Thank you. Enjoy.
All right. Have a good night. All right. Moving down the line, man. It's crazy. I got you 214. And once I call you back, I line you off. So if I call you back and I miss you, you just got to call back in. I don't go back and follow up. I just keep pushing. Okay. Let's see. But y'all think that that whole team looked nervous?
Your call has been
All right, boom, done. Going on to the next. Boom, moving down the line. But I'm looking. I'm gonna go watch it again tomorrow. People look a little bit nervous though. The energy was a little different. The energy was different. Me as an observer, the energy seemed a little bit different, man. I don't know what to think at this point. All right, man, I'm about to hang up. I'm moving down the line. You know what I'm saying? And then let's see this one here. Call him back. And 412. All right, boom. I tried to call you back. This one right here. I'm trying to call y'all back. Let me get this one, and I'm going to get back to running my mouth. Because I still got stuff to talk about. I'm just trying to get the phone calls back.
Hello?
Hood Champion, how you doing?
Hey, I heard. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on with you?
Good. I wanted to say this. Now, I know doggone well Kay knew that I know she felt it. And if they're not complaining, if she's not complaining, nobody is complaining, then we know everybody got money from every corner. But if she's not complaining and they're on the same team, they're not going to do anything about it if she's not saying anything about it. We're on the outside, so we can probably complain and write and call. They're not going to do anything because nobody else her side isn't complaining because they're from the same team. But I believe Kay knew that something was in that glove. She knew when she got hit, and she knew it wasn't no regular punch.
So she did look shocked. She was very shocked when she got hit. She was shot.
Right.
You could see the first one hit her and it hurt her, but that second one, but Claressa again, K. Scott didn't see it coming. She put a lot of speed on it and a whole lot of power. She put everything into that shot, and that messed up K. You could see K. Scott was out on her feet, but she had a look on her face like what the hell was that? You know, that was
Right.
that's
She probably ain't gonna say anything because they're from the same team.
yeah.
They was betting on that fight. They was betting on that fight. It's obvious. The commentators even knew that, but I don't think that. Who knows? The commissioners might have allegedly may have betted on that. We don't know who's all involved. Just like John F.K., the conspiracies that we've seen through the years. That's just a boxing conspiracy. I don't think they're going to do anything. Because I've seen in the chat that someone called the Georgia commissions for boxing, and they said they weren't going to investigate. So that's a telltale right there.
So Georgia said they're not going to investigate?
I seen somebody say that.
Somebody said that?
In the chat that they weren't because they called.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, you know, that's kind of how it goes, but she may have gotten it. Hey, look, we're just looking at it and it looks crazy. And maybe there's nothing to it, or maybe there is, and they got away with it, you know. But I'm just telling you,
Yeah,
for me,
that's what I'm saying.
For me, it looks
I'm
crazy.
Gonna be easy about it. We might not like it, but they ain't gonna do anything about it. So what could we do? We know we made the acknowledgement. It's on the internet all over the place since you put it out. So therefore, if they ain't gonna do nothing, there's nothing we could do. I know I'm gonna be easy about it because I know the universe is constantly moving. I'm just sitting back. I'm waiting. It's gonna be her time. She gonna fall, and you know that's why I don't call in and say anything about her anymore. I keep it to myself because I know that I'm not perfect, but I know what she's doing is definitely wrong, and I just know that she gonna get hers. Just sit back. I'm just drinking my tea and eating my crackers and cheese because I know doggone well the universe is gonna come back around her. And let me just say this: I'm not wishing nothing bad on her,
Right.
but I've been on this earth long enough to know that just sit back and watch. Just sit back and watch. You're gonna see. So that's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you. Have a good night. All right?
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. All right, let's move on down the line here. Hey, man, I'm tracking with all y'all. Okay, I'm calling you back. Calling you back, man. Yo, this whole thing got my head spinning.
Hey, Hood, I just got one more thing to say.
Go ahead.
That glove picture you put up yesterday, that picture is everything. It is. It's just, I mean, everybody's talking about it. But I want to say this. Them folks sure is quiet today.
Yep.
Have anybody heard from them?
I haven't really. I've been out all day, but yeah, I haven't seen nothing. Nothing caught my eye. Nothing caught my eye.
They quiet. You put that glove up.
because look, y'all were on the live last night. I was just like, let me see what y'all talking about. And when we looked at it, y'all saw a real-time reaction from me and the person on the phone and the whole chat. We all had the same reaction, like WTF. We
That's
like,
right.
are you kidding me? You know, so it doesn't get any more organic than that. There's nobody out here trying to create a narrative. We just want answers to why that glove looked like that. And I can see, for me, we can see fingers, we can see knuckles. Why does it look like that? Why does it look like that? And if we're wrong, just show the gloves. But the thing is, they're supposed to have two pair of gloves in case something happens to the first pair. Then they put on the second one, like in the corner. If the first pair gets damaged, they're supposed to put on the second pair. But so they ain't never gonna show those gloves. And if they do show a pair, who knows what they're showing? You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's sad. I mean, I ain't never known her to be this quiet.
Yeah.
She know what's going on. She see what's. Oh yeah, she watching your channel.
Well, she got people out here talking about how much money she made. Then she got the thing with the glove. Then, the thing with the knee brace. Then the whole thing beef with Remy. Matter of fact, they got a whole fan page out there where they're trying to create a smear campaign on Remy Ma now. And I'm just like, this is crazy. But it's just nothing but negative energy coming from over there. You know what I'm saying? Just negative energy. I mean, I don't see how people could function in that kind of chaos. I just don't understand it. It's wild.
Well, I did notice that they've been really quiet. She usually be running her mouth 1,000 miles an hour, and we ain't heard nothing. It's been like crickets.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, she know what everybody's talking about, that glove. So that's all I had to say. I just want to come back and say, I wonder why we ain't heard from her today.
Right.
She's been real quiet.
Right. She has been. Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you as always. You take care. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye. All right. Move down to the next one. I'm going down the line. Calling you down. I'm calling you. We're trying to figure it out. But they real quiet. Just come out and explain the glove. I would. If I don't have nothing to hide, I would. I say, y'all crazy. I may have some colorful language for you. You know what I'm saying? But we're just curious. All right, I'm about to move on past you, 313. All right, boom, you out of here. Next one. Going down the line. And feel free to call back. I got too much to talk about and too many people calling to keep going back and back.
Hello?
Hood Champion, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right. You sound like $1 million. What you doing over there?
What was that?
I said you sounded like $1 million. What you doing over there? You sound happy?
Oh, I'm mighty late. I need to get ready to go to work, but I'm trying to fix my printer.
Okay. What you got?
Oh, I don't watch too much boxing. Back in my day, I was the Sphinx and the Muhammad Ali and that type of people. I'm in my 60s, but okay. I've been watching this young lady here, and
we just lost her. Let me call her back real quick. Accidentally lost her. Let me see. Hello.
Yes, I'm back.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and her mentality for her to be who she is remind me of the high school girls that I work with in high school. Mm-hmm. She has that type of mentality. But I was looking at because I've been watching your channel because I love the entertainment and I love your commentating and all this. But she's I think she paid her group, her camp paid that young lady to lose that fight. Because I honestly think that girl is pregnant. I really think she's pregnant.
Oh, you think so?
And I think she's glad that fight is over. That's why she was praising Jesus. I'm done. I'm finished. But I think her next big step, she's going to announce that she's pregnant. And I think it's even going to catch Pep off guard. But that's what she's been working on the whole time. She wants a husband, a man, and a child. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to get what he has coming to him. And she's going to give it to him.
You think? Oh, so you think she's gonna trap him? You think she's gonna pull?
Yeah, I think she's pregnant. I really do. I really think she's pregnant. I think she got that girl in there to fight her. We're gonna give you this money. Just stay quiet. Take this money. Let me knock you around a couple of times. It's gonna be over with real soon. Because she's pregnant. She has no business boxing if she's pregnant.
No,
but I really think her next step is she's pregnant.
But especially females are supposed to take a pregnancy test. And then everybody has to go through a physical. Then if you're at a certain age, you got to take a neurological test. There's a whole set of medical parameters for fighters. So if she was pregnant and she took the pregnancy test or had someone else's urine or whatever, or they drew blood, and let's say draw blood, I mean, I don't know how they get it, but I don't know if she was pregnant going into that fight, but somebody was talking about there's a way to skirt that, especially if you're doing like urine or something. I mean, with urine, that shit's stupid to me if you're doing it that way.
Yeah, I it's because her whole camp seems a little, I don't know, it's just like this is all a big gimmick, or this is something to
She wanted to be famous so bad. It's like she wanted to be out there, and she found a way to become famous and stay in everyone's eyes. Everybody's eyes on me. That's what she wants. She gets off on that type of stuff, but then it's all going to come to head. It's all going to be put
Can you
out
mute your
there.
TV in the background?
Oh, okay, yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just really think, because I was like, this son, I don't know, Pelt, he I don't know, he's lost his mind. He's into Khan, and he found the right one. To Khan, he playing his game very strategic. He knows what he's doing, and he found the right one to play that game with, and it was her, because he's already in her head. He can do anything he want to do to her right now because he's in her head.
It does seem that way, man. You know, like what else? What do you think? Do you think Kate Scott was in? If there's foul play, right? If there's some kind of wrongdoing, and Kate Scott, do you think Kate Scott would say anything, or she would just roll with it? Like, look, it's done, it's over with. I don't want no problems. I'm up out of here.
Yeah, I think Kate Scott done took her money and she going back to Australia. She going on the ground. Y'all got to come find me.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. She like, yeah, I'm gonna keep smiling, go back and do my modeling. Y'all come find me. And if it hit the fan,
yeah,
then I'm gonna do what I do, and I don't know anything about this. They asked me to fight. They won't pay me to fight, and that's what I did.
All right. Let me take some more calls. All right.
Okay, thank you. You have a great night.
You too. Bye. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, how you doing, Hood?
What's up, champ?
Hey, this is Big E down in Dallas. Love your show, love your commentary.
Thank you, man.
I got a couple of things. To answer the question about if Kate Scott was in it, I sincerely doubt it. I mean, I don't think she'd put herself in danger like that. That would be really putting yourself in danger if you're in on those gloves been tampered with and you're in on it. And especially since she has past of having I think she just had brain surgery
She
or
had
something.
an emergency CT scan on her brain and skull.
So it doesn't make sense. And her being a boxer, I'm sure she's aware about the Billy Collins and what was the guy, Risto?
Yeah, Louis Resto.
You know, yeah, that was very tragic, and I don't think any boxer would purposely put themselves in that position. And one other thing, the broken finger, isn't that consistent with gloves that don't have enough padding? Because it's supposed also the padding is to protect the boxer as well, right?
Yeah. Supposed to protect your hands, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're taking that padding out, then you can suffer a broken finger, and we got a broken finger. So it's pretty consistent. So it's real suspect, man. And I don't put anything. I'm one of those persons like you, man. I was rooting for Claressa. You know, I'm an old school guy. I've been rooting for her. But then start seeing all these things, man, just diabolical behavior, you know. So, and like I think I said in the comment, a lot of people said Pap is not smart enough. Well, you don't have to be smart to be diabolical. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In fact, being diabolical, you're pretty stupid, you know. So those are my comments, man. And hey, great show. I'll hang up and listen.
All right. Thank you so much. You have a good night, man.
You too, bro.
All right. Yeah, man. Good call. I'm moving down the line. 988. Where is that one? Oh, right here. Going down the line. Yeah, it'll be a tough one. I think Kate Scott just was cool with getting hit in the head like that. But let's look at this right here.
Good evening.
Hood Champion, how you doing?
What's up, my brother? How are you?
I'm good. What you got?
You know, I've been hearing folks talking and saying that Kate Scott didn't respond or say anything about what took place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Punch Drunk just made a post about an hour ago, and it's a post that she responded to what people are saying. Can I read it to you real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
She says, "Wild, you admit your opponent was too good for you, then either 1, the fight was rigged, you were paid to lose, or 2, you were so shit you should never have been in there, yet earned the belts prior and did 6 rounds. Can't admit defeat gracefully and respect your opponent's skills." So it sounds like she's saying it wasn't a rigged fight. And if it was, she don't know nothing about it. And she's just as skilled as Claressa was.
Wait. Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, it says Wild. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna pull up his page because I want to read all of it. I don't want to do you call back so fast. I'm scared. You scared me. You know. No, I'm just kidding.
Boo.
But she said, K. Scott. He said K. Scott fires back at backlash over her alleged rigged fight against Claressa Shields, and questioned criticism after going 6 rounds. And her post says, Wild, come on, thing. Wild, you admit your opponent was too good for you, then either 1, the fight was rigged and you were paid to lose, or 2, you were so shit you should never been in there, yet it earned the belts prior and did 6 rounds. Can't admit defeat gracefully and can't respect your opponent's skills. So it sounds like they're trying to say, do one or the other.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand why she posted that, what she meant by that.
Can you go to Punch Drunk's page?
Punch Drunk's page? Yeah, what does he have it like in a YouTube short or something?
Yeah, it's on his page.
Where did he get it from? Her Instagram? Maybe?
No, I'm on Facebook.
No, okay, but did she post it on Instagram? K. Scott?
It looks like it might be Instagram, and it spelled her name all in one, Kayescott.
Okay, let me see what she got going on here, man. So she put something out there, huh? Yeah, I need to read it because, like, I'm not really following. I'm like, what does she mean by that?
I think, like I said, she trying to say, if it was rigged, I ain't take no part of it. What you trying to say? I'm not good enough. I was good enough to win those belts, and I went 6 rounds, but it's just confusing. And he said what he said. He said K. Scott fires back at backlash over the alleged rigged fight against Claressa Shields. Scott questions the criticism after going 6 rounds and previously earning championship belts, challenging fans to explain how the fight could be both rigged and a legitimate test. Her response is wild. So that's what I'm saying. She's saying 2 things at one time. She's like, how can it be rigged? And I'm going up against, but I won belts, and she's just as good as Claressa. That's what I get out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'd have to go see what it is, man. But yeah, she's like, how can it be rigged? Okay. So what she's saying is basically she just lost.
Right. And it was not rigged. She went, she lost, she got her money, and she gone. And why is it people complaining about the fight being rigged when their opponent won? She said, as far as she knows, she don't know nothing about it being rigged.
Right.
And it's so funny, as I was scrolling through Facebook, I kept hearing people say, why hasn't anybody said anything? And I ran across this post. And I listened to Punch just like I listened to you. Both of y'all are good boxing. Y'all know about boxing. So I listened to both of you, and he posted this like about an hour ago. Yeah. He's probably talking about it on his on a live right now. If not, it'll be on tomorrow.
Yeah, quite possible, man. I'm on Instagram, man. I'm looking, but I don't see it. But well, she should come out there and speak up for herself if she feels like people are getting her wrong, because it basically makes her look kind of crazy, makes her look bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's another reason why I think she might have said something, because it's making her look like I took a payday. I was in on this. I was throwing a fight just for $54,000. Come on now.
Right. Well, all right.
So I guess this clears her. So back to Claressa.
Right. Well, okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
All right, all right, sir. You have a great night.
All right, you too. Bye. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, caller. Hello.
Hey there, Mr. Hood. How you doing today?
Good. Mute your TV.
Oh, yep. It's gone. I'm telling you.
What you got,
You know
Miss
when
Shirley?
that girl make like the boy was sparring with her and she like to lost a man and ran out there and got that knife. I'm sure somebody said that to you tonight. Now she
Oh,
gonna turn around and do the same thing?
so you think there's something fishy going on too?
Yes, sir, Bob. How she gonna wear them gloves all the way and went in the bathroom? I'm just saying, what if you gotta go to the bathroom now? Come on, they be rushing out them gloves. They can't wait for somebody to take them gloves off their hand, even when they're in the ring. I've seen enough of the fights just watching since she been coming up here. And then she cried about that boy who, you know, was sparring with her and she wanted to go get the knife to stab him. But now all of a sudden, she go stuttering when the baby giving her the water because she nervous, because she wondering why ain't nobody said nothing about them gloves yet. That girl can't trick nobody. Now she want to pretend like she's so mad at Remy. Remy ain't never did nothing to her. Just to take the face off of her. She ain't tricking nobody. Her and that boy both slow. What be wrong with her?
I don't know what's going on over there. It's like I said, I'm looking at it and I'm like, maybe they're
It
just
don't look good. That big
yeah,
handprint I see up here, you got up here. That's a
yeah,
whole finger and doggone on that top of that glove.
right. But like I said, I'm
And the
looking.
man who was in the commentating was saying, how would you get a knot on your head like that if you had cushion in there? He was saying that in the background.
He said it immediately. He immediately
Yes,
said
I heard that. I heard it several times.
it. He immediately caught on to it. Like, what the hell just happened there? But for me, I'm sitting here and I'm just like, yo, it's either there's no foul play and they're just very considerate people. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Yep.
or they're up to no good. You know what I'm
No
saying?
good.
But when you
Them crookeds, they know they ain't no good.
so and people are gonna have an opinion, but at the end of the day, that glove looks weird. So
It's very
they
suspicious.
just address the glove, and hopefully they still have the gloves, and they can come out here and say, "Look, we're gonna kill this noise right now." Y'all say something looks suspicious, want to kind of tippy toe that you're not accusing anything. All right, here the gloves right here.
Right.
You know,
There
but
goes the leader.
just do
He
it.
see the gloves. You know he knows something wrong with the gloves. He on your picture. These people are something else. When things don't go their way, they done change the whole conversation. They not acting normal. They trying to do everything but talk about what them gloves. They ain't said a word about them gloves. I thought she was supposed to be on some suspension or something for one day. What was that supposed to be about? I ain't heard no more about that.
Yeah, she's still suspended. You know, matter of fact, I was just taking a look at that. She's I'm looking at her box rec right now. I'm gonna show everybody. Look like she's still suspended to the 22nd. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
did they say what for?
It doesn't say. You know, people saying that she's being investigated, but I know that when they have fights and stuff, it's normal for them to face a suspension. I think it starts at like 30 days or something, but for hers to only be to the 22nd, I mean that's
That
odd.
ain't no time.
That's a
That'll
week.
be here
That's
in
a
5
week.
seconds. And
That's a
she'll be
week.
running out the door, trying to run down the street, still running around talking about she got more money. Everybody's name is on. Punch showed us everybody's money that they got. Ain't nobody screaming about no money but her.
Yeah.
That ain't the amount of money I got. I got more. Girl, go sit down somewhere. Well, I'm gonna let you go after this. Jesus Christ, did you see that outfit at the party?
Which one? The one she had like the spandex pants with no drawers on?
When she was going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I know she had something.
Pants on so she can go and use the bathroom or herself while she's standing there. Good Lord, that girl. She looked it okay, halfway okay on every outfit. She had all them different outfits. She see what them pants look like and still went out of there looking like that.
Right.
That is crazy. And then her poor daddy. She made her mama walk down that long hallway and would not get her mother a wheelchair. And she got a cane. And somebody pushing her daddy in the walker backwards.
I didn't catch that with her mom and the dad. What did I miss? What happened?
Daddy was in the walker and his friend is pushing him, and instead of him pushing the walker front ways, He got the daddy sitting down, and the friend is pushing the walker, and the daddy begging for $200.
Yeah, somebody mentioned too he was begging for $200.
He begged for $200. She told me she gonna go get it for him. Then she made like she ain't had 40. They said, I don't know. I did hear him ask her for the 200, and he was ready to go home. But the mama went to the bar with her,
Oh, the mother
and
went
she
on.
walking on the cane, and she got them disrespect. That's so disrespectful. You know, both your parents handicapped. Why you just didn't buy them from the doggone discount? Drugstore, a wheelchair rent from somebody, and you know they coming, so they can be pushed in the wheelchair. Why you got your daddy sitting in that dang on walker sitting backwards? Just crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't had nothing to talk about. I just wanted to say that girl is guiltier than I am. If I was fighting that glove, just say if that glove is okay, I was in the ring fight. You know damn well I ain't no way out my bed going to no ring fight.
Right.
Just don't make no sense at all. You have you a good night. Know I love you. I'm glad you do it better. And tell the family we all said hello.
All right, Auntie Cheryl, you take care.
Okay, baby. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Okay.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, no, I just want to talk about the father. The father was her father was asking for $200 so that he can get a cab to go back to wherever he was supposed to be going.
Oh, he wanted to go. He wanted a cab.
He wanted to go home.
Okay.
And he needed $200 to get back to there. He was going to get a car to take him back. So that's why he was asking for the money.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, I don't want to say nothing about people's parents and stuff, so I'll just shut up. But what I would say is, if it was me, there would be no cab. We're gonna get you.
True.
We're gonna get you where you're going. Ain't no way in the world you get no cab unless you just stubborn and that's what you want to do. It's like, all right, you know what I'm saying, big man. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, they should have. She should have said that to him in the beginning. That should have been already a setup. We're gonna take you home, and we're gonna bring you here, or somebody gonna bring you here, and we're gonna bring you back.
Right.
She should have put that out there first and foremost. He shouldn't be having to ask for $200 to get home.
Right. No, I agree. I think they should have arranged that and then say, here's $200 just to put in your pocket.
Exactly.
Here's $2,000, matter of fact. Here's $2,000. Unless there's something else going on where some people aren't good with money, then he'd be like, nah, if I do that, it's going to get blown. So he just be like, here, this is all you need, hold that. And anything you need, tell me, I'll take care of it. You're going to get what you need, but I'm not going to have you mismanage your money. So it could be more to that. But, I think for me, that with my limited knowledge on what's going on, I know I would, for me and my family, but I'm totally different. That shit wouldn't even, that wouldn't even happen. You know what I'm saying? Never. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. I don't know their stories. But, yeah, that's crazy.
It makes me wonder, did he have to pave his way to get to New York? To Georgia?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Because he's asking you for $200 to get home. He must have used $200 to get there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just wish them the best of luck when it comes to the mother and father. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
And as I don't think that Kate Scott, or Kate Scott, whatever her name was, the girl, the lady, she wasn't in. I don't think she was involved with it at all. She just got hit, and she just got hit again, and keep getting hit. So she wouldn't know whether it was rigged or not rigged or whatever.
Right. Well, the funny thing is, the first shot, the first hook woke her up. The second one put her to sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like, wake up. It's like that on and off clapper, that clapping shit with the lights. You clap your hands, wake up, lights on, clap that shit again, lights off. She got clapped on and clapped off and shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
The ropes.
Yeah, she was like, I'm out of here. She ready to go back to Australia when she got hit with that shit. She was out of here. She was like, I'm bouncing up out of here, man. Go my ass back to Australia. Yeah, she got hit with them Flint, Michigan bing bing. She was like, hell no. Yeah.
I hope she when she get back to Australia, she go to the hospital and check that head, because she got hit hard. She got hit hard.
Right. But she out there in California right now, man, chilling. You know what I'm saying? listening to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Probably got some Tupac playing and shit. She chilling. She got some California love going on, doing her OnlyFans thing and them little bathing suits out there showing off her little body and chilling. So Kay Scott don't look to be worried about nothing. She there in the breeze. You know what I'm saying? She's straight international right now. Got her little $54,000 paycheck.
But those gloves
and chilling.
Those gloves were suspect.
Yeah, the gloves look. They look crazy. They look crazy.
They can't say nothing. I wouldn't even believe they bring the gloves back and say these are the gloves. I don't believe you because you should have took them off before. You go home with the gloves and now you come back and show me gloves. You can have 3-4 pairs of those gloves.
Well, they get two. They get two on fight night, just in case something happens to the first pair. They're in the ring. They get torn. Then you get the second pair, and you put the
right. But she have two. She could have had two more at the house.
But all I'm saying is, whatever. Even if they decide to entertain the conversation and say, "All right, people suspect there was some foul play. Here, these are the gloves." Nobody can believe that shit.
Nobody
you know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't believe it at all. She lied so much. She made $3.5 million on one fight in the interview, and then you only and they gave you $8 million for this for 4 fights. So you're making $2 million, but you made $500,000. I can't believe you. You could bring those gloves back. I will not believe you. You can look. These were the gloves. Smell it. The sweat is all in the glove. Her blood is on these gloves. I still wouldn't believe her. She could bring them back there, and they could be the gloves. I would not believe her. Yeah, she lied too much.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. If I was part of the investigation team, I would handle the gloves and look at them. But as far as smelling them, I ain't smelling them gloves. Them things start smelling like Buddusy. Them things start smelling like Buddusy. Yeah, I ain't sniffing. Them things start smelling like Buddusy. Ain't Hood Champion gonna get that up in his sinuses. I ain't sniffing no glove. Ain't no telling where them fingers been at. You know what I'm saying? The glove smelling like Buddusy. Won't be Hood Champion.
She would say something like that. She would.
Yeah.
She would.
Yeah, Claressa be like, yeah, bullshit. Man, please. If my gloves don't smell like no Buddusy. Hey, Hood Champion, there you go again, making them goddamn jokes. You know my fingers clean. You see my fingernails? My fingers clean. Bullshit. All the thing I do is touch, pap, and count money. Man, please. Ain't no goddamn Buddusy. There you go again, making them jokes. Bullshit. Get out of here. Oh, boy. Hee-haw. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Man, please. Goddamn Buddusy. Who you, Bernie Mac? Get your ass out of here, Hood Champion. It's like, yo, I'm just making a joke, Big Bro. Goddamn, man. Don't you laugh and shit. Make a joke about me. Say, I got a sense of humor. But I know them gloves smell like Buddusy. Shit, you can't tell me nothing. I looked at her. I know them fingernails, them hands. You know, I'm just saying, them hands don't look clean to me. I ain't smelling that shit. Oh, boy. Here we go. Hee-haw. Man, please. Yeah.
She had that finger. It was wrapped.
Yeah.
Thumb was wrapped when she was walking around, but she was using the hand. Right. Your finger's supposed to be hurting you. It's supposed to be a little swollen or something. So you would feel if you was touching stuff or you know what I mean. You would be like, oh, I'm gonna be very careful with this hand. No, she was using that hand, but they was getting the father up onto the bus, right? And the little girl was in her way, and she was ready to hit the little girl because she was moved. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't think that finger was really hurt.
Thank you, Infamous, for the 99 cents. Thank you for the dollar.
You know, he already told you take the hand down off the counter and then after that they both looked suspect. They were just like, you know, oh, I'm scared now.
Right. Yeah, something seems off about it. You know, just being real with you. I gotta go and watch some more. Just to, like when they in the ring, leaving the ring, when they're there in the locker room. I need to look at all the movements. I gotta watch that because I do know the entrance was off. There was anger and frustration and and some miscommunication. I don't know what was going on when she was entering doing the ring walk. But then just the way everything played out, it just then the dramatic falling to the knees and thank you, Jesus, man, please. Like that shit. All of that. I was like, what is going on here? She don't ever do all that. Then all of a sudden, she in the ring, she floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. She could have moonwalked across like Michael Jackson with the goddamn red and black goddamn outfit. That's how healthy her legs look and that knee look. Then all of a sudden, Papoose act like he carrying her, she about to fall over and shit. I'm like, what the hell going on here? So the whole thing, there was no consistency. It was no consistency.
None whatsoever. And as far as everybody saying, I heard a couple of people saying that they don't think Pat. Look, I know he's a knucklehead, but somebody who's going to commit a crime, they knuckleheads because you always get caught. You always going to get caught. So I don't put it past him. He jumping from one woman to the next woman, 20% here, 20% here, manager to this wife, and now you, let me put Claressa up here so I'm her manager and 20% from you. I wouldn't put it past him. He did it. He told because he'll do anything Pat says. Pat told me to do this. Oh yes, baby, I'm gonna do it. I'll do whatever you say. Right. That's how she is.
It's like that Ike Turner, whatever you. Okay, Ike, whatever. You know, like they're coming to America, whatever, like the Prince Hakeem, and jump on one foot. Okay, you know what I mean? Whatever you say, it's crazy. But all right.
She would do anything he told her to do.
Yeah, well, we're going to see what happens here in the next 6 months to a year because I just don't think they can continue down this ruinous path. I think either something's going to happen. And hey, look, man, if they've been running, he divorced her, he married her and give her a child, we all going to be sitting here with our mouths agape like, whoa, what happened there? But people,
no, I'm not putting it past him that he would marry her if he get the divorce from Remy. He would marry her because he needs the money. What money he got? So he's the type of guy that he needs to be with a woman that can support him. He can't live on his own. He got to be with a woman that got money that can support him. So you go from Remy, who had money, and now you go. She said, "No, I'm tired of this. Get out." And now you go and click on to this girl because you had another. You went to Africa with another girl, and then you have this girl here, and you said you told you did your little rap and said that you don't want the girl from she's from Michigan, Flint.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him at all.
All right. Well, let me take some more calls. I appreciate you, man.
All right.
Have a good evening. All right. Bye, you too. Bye. All right. Let me go on down the line here, man. 260-239. All right. Boom. I'm calling y'all back. But yeah. Well, the thing is now to see what happens because there's a lot of pokers in the fire.
Huh?
Hey, Hood Champion, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What you got?
Well, I've been trying to reach you ever since yesterday, but I was on TikTok yesterday, and when I ran across the image of a glove, I said, you know what? I am going to invest my time and call Atlanta Boxing Consumer Commission. So I really invested my time in this, and I talked to the man. And the first thing I asked him, I said, I'm kind of concerned. Are you aware that the glove that Claressa Shields had on is circling social media, indicating that there was something inside of it? It's showing the print. He instantly went into
defense mode?
Defense
mode?
Yeah, pretty much. He didn't even want to elaborate on the glove. He went right into, we are very, our inspection, we inspect thoroughly from the beginning, from the time they checked the glove, when it's fitted and taped in the dressing room. He even went to the extreme of saying, even
after they do that, they have someone watching every step until they get up into the ring. In other words, they have someone on the side that watches everything they do until they get into their ring.
Right.
And I said, oh, really? I said, so why is there why was she suspended? And he said, that's just a standard. There's no reflection of any wrongdoing.
Right. Right. But did you ask him why she had no gloves?
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish. I'll save my question so you finish.
Yeah, and so I kind of paused for a minute and I thought about it. I said, dang, I said, he sounds like he's in a defense mode, like he's really trying to, like it's kind of, on her. In other words, he's aware of a lot of things, but he's doing it in protection, maybe.
It makes them look bad. It makes them look bad.
Right, okay. And I'm like, okay, so I said, well, okay, thank you for your time. And he explained it to me, and I hung up. Another thing that I want to elaborate on.
But hold on one second. You didn't ask him, okay, why'd y'all allow her to keep the gloves on?
I didn't ask him that.
That's the question.
Because I was really shocked the way his tone was when I was asking.
Yeah, he was aggressive. He was aggressive.
Yeah, well, he wasn't really aggressive, but it was like he really was in a defense mode. Like he really wasn't trying to hear anything negative towards Claressa and this glove thing, because he didn't even want to elaborate on the glove.
I can only imagine how many people have bombarded them with questions about this.
Yeah, I was kind of when I said I can't be the only person that called. I can't be the only person that called in.
No.
But even with Claressa, when she first got in that ring, I kid you not, it was something about her whole demeanor. I don't know if it was that she was nervous or she was afraid. It was something about her that really didn't set off right with me. And then at the very end, you know how she just dropped down to her knees? Mm-hmm. I got to looking at all her other fights. I said, none of her fight shows that she really actually dropped. It's like she was almost shocked herself, but very calm after she realized that she finally was able to defeat the girl. Because even the commentator was saying, first of all, he mentioned about the glove. He said, no, did not Kay Scott head on her head. That just popped up just like that. And he said that was I've never seen that to happen before. He said, that was really fast. He said, I've never seen that to happen before. And in my mind, I said, dang, I said, it was. I said, it not just like it just blew up. But then as people was talking about it, I'm like, well, you know what? I've seen several fights where somebody used their bare hand, and they hit somebody. And, like I had seen somebody hit somebody in the eye with their fist, and then their eye just blew up like an inflatable balloon. Mm-hmm. But I've never seen it to happen when somebody, have boxing gloves on. So anyway, I feel like Claressa was really nervous or afraid, or it's just that look she had on her face. It really looked kind of weird. I've never seen it before. And then when she fell to her knees, I had to look at a lot of her other videos. I'm like, dang, I said, I've never seen, I don't see any of her videos where she just dropped to her knees like this. Like she was like, oh, I finally did it. I did it. Whatever happened, whatever was going on with her mind, it was just like, it was different. And then, am I mistaken? Because I could have sworn I seen Papoose sitting down next to Claressa doing something with, like he was tying her gloves or something around her wrist. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he was.
You're talking about, he was taking them off. You're talking about at the end when they were at the post-fight press conference?
Right.
Yeah, he was taking off the tape and taking off her gloves. That's what I said. It's either the gloves look funky, but they were either just being very considerate and trying to be quiet because Kay Scott was talking and removed the tape and removed the gloves. Innocent, no harm, no foul, or something shady was going on. That's why we're having a conversation. It's either one or the other. The thing is, I don't think we'd be having a conversation if the commentator wouldn't have said, whoa. Only time we see them kind of hematomas if someone gets hit with something sharp or, an elbow or headbutt. And then two, if she wouldn't have had them gloves on. And if the gloves wouldn't have looked like that, the gloves look a little they look suspicious, man.
Yeah, it was imprinted.
It was imprinted with something. I don't know what, but it was definitely imprinted. It was definitely imprinted. And it was something else I wanted to mention. Somebody was saying earlier that she's been really quiet. They haven't seen her, on social media at all. But I seen her this earlier today. She was on there with her niece and her nephew. They was doing some kind of training dance. So she was on, and then I also seen where I don't know if this is an older video, not today. It wasn't live, but it was showing where she was with Kay Scott, and she gave her 2 belts back. Did you know that?
Yeah, but that's normal. You beat somebody in the ring, you get their belts, and then you walk out the ring, you give them their belts back, and then the sanction body sends you brand new belts.
Oh, okay. Because I thought that she kept the belts. Because I know she said somebody else that she's wanting to fight before the end of the year. She said because she has a belt that belongs to her.
She talking about Tam Tebow. She wants to fight her to get those belts.
Right, because she said that's her belts. Their belts belong to her. Okay. Well, that's all I really have. I was just kind of interested in that. And like I said, I want you to know that I did call Atlanta Boxing Commission, and I did talk to whoever he was. I don't know what his name was, but he was definitely standing up in her defense.
Yeah, because one, it makes them look bad. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, I do think that they now are going to probably make an amendment to their regulation or their local policy. And I think they are going to probably incorporate that at the end of fights, they will confiscate gloves and force fighters to remove them. I think they should. I think at the end of every fight, they should take the fighters' gloves, man. I know every state is different, but they should. Like, you got a fight just happened. You're not going to take a fighter's gloves?
Right.
Immediately remove the gloves before they go to the referee, and the referee reads out the decision. That shit makes no sense to me. They should be in the center. Right. As soon as the fight's over, they go back to their corner, get water, get toweled off, take off the gloves. The commission should take them. They should take them. And then to the center of the ring with the referee, the announcements, whoever wins, draw, whatever, knockout, whatever happened, and then raise hands or whatever. But those gloves, as soon as the fight's over, it concludes, they should take them.
They should. I agree.
Every state, that should be part of their rules, in my opinion.
Yeah, and so the rumor that's circling now on social media is that they're doing an investigation. I want to believe that's probably fake news. Do you think? Do you really think they're doing an investigation? Even after he told me, like he spoke so highly in her defense, like there is no way. In other words, he was basically saying there is no way that the gloves have been tampered with.
I mean, I don't know, man. These people, anything's possible. I mean, anything's possible. I know some people say shit for clicks and views. Other people, they really do go out there and find out stuff. And if they said it's an investigation, I'd have to trust what they say. I can't verify it, I mean, right. I don't know. I know some people are saying that, but I just know she's suspended, and that's normal protocol.
Okay. What do they normally do with those gloves once they finish with them? Once they finish fighting, do they keep those gloves?
I don't know. I don't know what they do with them. I don't know. Everybody's different. I don't know what they do with them. But if the commission takes them, they confiscate them and hold them for whatever period of time, if there's a review or investigation. But if, like Claressa, she left out the ring with her gloves, I don't know what she did. She could have threw them in the trash for all I know. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, that's all I wanted to speak on.
Okay.
Thanks for giving me the time and the opportunity.
Oh, man, anytime, man. Don't be a stranger. Call back, all right?
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, bye. All right, let's move on down the line here. Who is that? Okay, calling you back. Now, if y'all call me, I'm going to call you back. So I'm not going to leave you hanging. And if you want to call in, Bayless, call in. Don't wait till tomorrow. Just call in. I'm on here for another hour. Just call in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should be calling in. That phone blowing up? Okay, this person here ain't answering, so I'm moving on. All right, I got this person here, NY, calling you right now. The New Yorker caller will answer. I already know that. Be ready to talk. Confabulate.
Hello.
What's up, Hood Champion? Let's confabulate.
How you doing?
I'm good. What's up with you?
Nothing much. Do you remember when Claressa and Franchon fought at the end of the fight, they hugged it out, and she was like, she said some stuff to her, but along the lines about letting Pat slither in and destroy everything they worked so hard to build.
Yes.
I think we're starting to go back into that. If you think about it, when Remy did her live, she made mention of, these are not her words because I can't remember exactly how she worded it, but she warned Claressa, and she was saying something about being careful because next thing you know you'll be throwing fights and then you'll wind up in prison like I was. Something along those lines. So it was a previous caller that said something about she believed it was Andre. He could have been involved, but Pap has a gambling addiction allegedly. And I just feel like, from what I heard, the word on the street is that everybody knew she was going to beat K. Scott. So it wasn't a win or lose bet. So they were looking for a knockout. So that could definitely give a reason why the gloves was altered.
You say the reason why the gloves were altered was because of what?
The bet was on Claressa knocking Kay out.
Oh. You know, I'll tell you what. Everybody has an opinion on this right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is the problem. Because no one takes them serious, right? They question their identity now. Because there's been nothing but chaos and turmoil and dishonesty. And you see, once your integrity is gone, your credibility is gone, people question your entire identity and existence. So now you see, okay, they had a fight. Nobody thought anything of it. We were just like, damn, Kay Scott, she was kind of, hanging in there a little bit, but Claressa was dominating. Then Claressa hit her with a hard shot. And you got to give her the respect. Yeah, Kay Scott, whatever, older, but she was a champion. Claressa beat her. That was it. Until you start I noticed that she still had gloves on. And that's just caught me totally off guard. You know what I'm saying? And then I just talked about it. But what that lets you know is nobody, they heard what I said, they went and looked. And it's not like they're like, oh, I'm trying to take what Hood Champion is saying, I'm going to talk about it. Maybe they saw it too and didn't even see my YouTube short. But the bottom line is 98% of people find that odd, that a fighter still has gloves on long after the damn fight ended. All the way to, you go to your dressing room, the opponent's dressing room, to the post-fight press conference. And then there, when you decide to take them off, the left hand, the hand you used to knock her out, that one's all of a sudden goes underneath the table. Then Papoose comes over there and y'all are quietly taking the stuff off. Now, it's either you're being very considerate or something shady. But the bottom line is the whole thing looks weird. So just come out and explain it. But that's why people are talking about, oh, it was fixed, it was rigged, maybe he gambled. Because people are reaching for straws because they can't make sense of why she would have the damn gloves on for so long. That's why. And that's why they're having these conversations. But I tell you what, if in fact there was some betting and gambling, then that's a foul. You know what I'm saying? That's horrible. That's horrible.
Right.
But it's not illegal. It's not illegal to bet. But see, if you bet on yourself to lose, that sends up red flags. What person gonna get in the ring to lose? But if you bet, but see, even like it just looks bad because it's coming from her team betting on her. If in fact this is what happened, I'm not saying it did. Bet on her to knock Kay Scott knock her out in round 6. That would probably prompt an investigation. Like, yo, how y'all predict that run and then all of a sudden a bunch of money came in from over here? Nah, they're gonna look into that. It looks suspicious. So because there's a thing about Pap and a gambling thing, and y'all know more about it than me. That's why people are looking at it crazy right now. That's why.
Right. Well, my brother's heavy into boxing, like very, very, very heavy into boxing.
Yeah.
And me and him talk about about different things pertaining to boxing a lot. And he mentioned to me that now this is all alleged because I don't know this to be true, and I don't know what his source is, right? But he was saying that the reason why Claressa get away with so much in boxing is because back in her Olympic days, where a lot of the stuff that went on and her being underage and different partners, and I don't want to go into too much detail, but with all of that, that if something happens to her, then these people fall as well. So she got like a barrier of protection around her, and that's why she walk around doing a lot of the stuff that she's doing, and you never see her get reprimanded for anything.
So you feel like she has dirt on people.
Right.
Yeah, so there were people who I've had some conversations away from the live with people who have told me some different things, and it kind of consistent with what you're saying, and I just take it in with a grain of salt. It goes in one ear and out the other, but I hear it. Certain things definitely stick, and I've heard some things that I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm just like, "All right, whatever." I don't get into it, but I've probably heard more than most out here on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And I just in one and out the other, and because some things I ain't gonna touch, but I've heard some craziness, and but it makes you wonder, how is she allowed to continue gallivanting around with the goddamn this Claressa Shields display of craziness?
I'm bigger than the sport.
Yeah, how is that allowed, man? It's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy.
He was saying that due to a lot of that, is why they changed because she was like one of the younger people to come through, where you have to be of age to participate in such now, because it was just a mess. The stuff that he told me, I just hope that is not true, at least the majority of it. So that is why she does all the stuff she does, because she feels she's untouchable, because if she go down, then it might be like a domino effect, more than likely.
You know what, man? So, that's a fair conversation.
Definitely.
And the reason why I tell you why I think it's fair, because I retired in 2018, right? And let me tell you, there were situations in organizations where there was some unprofessional conduct going on between individuals. And the person who was in a position of power, all of a sudden you see a certain person who may have had some unprofessional conduct going on with that one, all kind of good shit happening for that person. All kind, whether it was a man to a woman, man to man, just out there fishing, being friends, the bro code shit. You just see that unprofessional relationship and things going on behind the scenes, and you start seeing stuff happen. You're like, that don't make sense. But eventually, when an investigation gets launched or somebody run their mouth too much, and you see, like you said, that domino effect starts happening, people start talking, and you're like, wow, you mean to tell me this person was involved, this person was involved? So when I watch it, I can understand why people would suspect something like that is going on, where there may have been some unprofessional relationships out there. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely makes it believable when you see all that she has gotten away with. Now, as far as the Fran Sean situation, I feel like they had an agreement and an understanding until the push. So she's not going to take it so far because her hand's not all the way clean. But a lot of the other stuff she did, to openly slap Alicia, now maybe something to come out down the lines, but she just walks around with it's like she's above the law almost, so we'll see, because no matter how heavily you're protected, you can't do but so much before they say all roads got a stop sign. She gonna come to the stop sign at some point if she don't stop with the behavior. So
that's an interesting thing you said, like, like Fran Sean, but I could see where maybe she just thought things were cool, and then Claressa just flipped the script on her, and now she's like, oh yeah, that's how y'all want to act, and because I noticed she's only gone so far with things, and I wonder, but I'm like, to me that's a smart thing to do, but you just never know, man, when you got someone you're friends with and you trust, and y'all may decide, okay, well, we're going to do it like this, we're going to do it like that. And maybe some things, probably with the moral compass doesn't point that direction, but you go there anyway. And then all of a sudden crap happens. You're like, you mean to tell me I did this for y'all? And y'all treat me like this? But I can't say nothing now because y'all know I can't say nothing.
Right. Well, the thing that made me feel that way about Franchon, because in the beginning I felt like, whoa, she's a victim, her poor family, oh my gosh, why they do it this way? And I was looking back on a lot of the footage because, my brother brought something to my attention, and they was at a press conference of a sort, and Franchon was, Claressa said something out of the way, and Franchon was like, you needed a favor. You asked a friend, and I stepped up as a friend to help you. And it was something along those lines, not verbatim.
Right.
But when she said that, the light went off because I'm like, okay, well, what do you mean a favor? If y'all, trying to get this match where you finally get whatever you're trying to get out of this, then what are you talking about? So then that did make it seem like they had an understanding, and everything went left when Zeus came in and Claressa started acting crazy.
I'll say this. I think Franchon is a great human being, and I don't think she'll get mixed up in no nonsense. But she does seem like someone who she's loyal. And if you need help with something, and I get an opportunity, and it's a win-win for both of us, that she be down. Like I'm telling you, even with me, I still got that in me. If I got someone who I know I trust, I got partners from back in the day. We ain't talking 20 years. Or we haven't talking 20 years, some of them. And when we hook back up, it's like we still like 20, 30, 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And like nothing changed. Right. And certain ones, I know if they say, hey, I need a favor, man. I'll be like, what is it? I know if I went out there and something, I wouldn't have to worry. But if in fact something came out, then I would be frustrated as hell because it's like I can't do and say nothing because I done went out here thinking that me and this cat is still like what we were, and you come and do me dirty, some shady shit. And I can see how that can happen because Franchon seems like a loyal person. And I do think she felt fighting Claressa was an opportunity for her. Hey, I'm getting an opportunity if I fight her and beat her, up and away with my career. And her career wasn't really doing bad anyway. But to see how everything played out, getting shoved, not getting promoted, just treated like she was nothing, that's what I think really pissed her off. Really, really pissed her off. Like, y'all treat me like that. And the thing with her husband. Look, and they can say he's a hot. It doesn't matter. That whole thing didn't have to play out like that.
No, it didn't have to go like that. And I could definitely tell it was something going on behind the scenes because I follow Franchon on social media, and she's an amazing stylist. She makes clothes. She has her own clothing line. Mm-hmm. She was featured in Fashion Week, and the way she was like dressing and coming out and just looking like she just threw a hat on and didn't even comb my hair, and I could tell it was something definitely going on behind the scenes, but I just couldn't put a finger on it. And then when all that other stuff came out, it was like, whoa, okay, so that's what it was. They was treating her less than, but she stepped out to do a friend a favor and got burnt. It just is what it is. And once you got your hands in the pot, you can't say, oh, I'm burnt now, and you didn't have no business sticking your hands in there. So it's kind of like a double-headed sword almost.
Right.
So while I think she did the cease and desist because she just wanted it to stop. She wanted Claressa to leave her alone, shut up, and stop with the lies. But I also think that she played the role as well. So ain't but so far you could go when you're hand in a cookie jar too,
Right. No, I'm tracking.
So that don't mean I'm right. That's just my personal opinion.
No, I know. We just have conversations on this channel.
Right. I really enjoy her as a boxer. I think she's an amazing seamstress. I've seen her take something that looked like a potato sack and turn it into high-end fashion looking clothing. She just seems like an overall good person from the outside looking in. But I do feel like she kind of was in the middle of something that she probably shouldn't have agreed to, and then she just had to follow through.
Yeah, I'm tracking. Well, all right. Let me take some more calls, man.
All right. You have a good night.
All right. You do the same. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Go ahead, caller. Hello. Go ahead, caller.
Oh, hey, Hood. I'm just now tuning in, so I'm hoping I'm not repeating anything. But did you ever get to look at that video I sent you a couple of days ago about her predicting when she would get the KO?
No, I didn't. But I'll be so damn busy. But everyone's told me about it. Everyone's told me about it, and people are talking about
So
it.
I just wanted to hear your opinion, because at this point I'm not really sure if anything's gonna happen to her, so I'm not even gonna.
Nah, it looks
I'm not gonna hold my breath on anything happening with her, but I just like to hear your opinion on stuff.
Well, no, well, I'm gonna tell you, everybody's confirmed what you said, but I'll tell you this. It just everything about it is suspect, but it looks like nothing's gonna happen to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was at the weigh-in after they finished weighing in, and a person asked, it was a guy that said, how long do you think this will last? Around 6 or 7? That's what the guy said. She said 6. And then she turned around and said 5. So I don't know if somebody gave her a cue not to say 6.
Right.
She said 6. Then she turned around and said 5.
Right. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, everything about that event, when you think about it,
it does.
it's fishy.
Investigation can happen, because I'll be honest with you, you never know the type of expertise investigators have. But it just all depends if they feel like putting the energy into it, honestly, because it's still enough there. The gloves didn't look right. It looked like you saw the left glove look different from the right glove, even looking at the video. And then she did say 6 at first. She said 6 with confidence. Then she changed it and said 5. And to be honest with you, I can say that, well, nothing can be done, but I'm not an experienced investigator. You never know the expertise that folks have. But it depends on anybody feel like putting the energy into it, and I don't think they do. I don't know.
Yeah, they're just gonna say, look, this is all. It's interesting, but there's no proof, and we'll just be going down a rabbit hole.
They're not interested in doing anything about her, because I'm going to tell you something. When somebody wants to take you down and they have power, they're going to find a way to take you down. That's what I see with this world. If somebody wants to take you down, especially if they feel like you're a problem or threat, and they want to take you down and they have some kind of power, they will take you down.
Oh, yeah.
So I just don't think anything's going to be done with her. They're just not going to take time.
Right. Okay.
That's all.
All right. Well, you have a good night. Thanks for calling in.
All right. You too.
All right, bye. I want to say Lovejoy and Big E, thank you for the cash apps, man. I got a couple cash apps tonight. I appreciate it. Hopefully some more trickle in, boy. It's just encouraging when you guys show love like that. Make me want to stay on even longer. You know what I'm saying? Boy, if everybody gave me $1, shit, $500 a night, we'd be in there. Just $1 or become a member. Let me take this one real quick. Go ahead, caller. Hello, you there?
Hi. Yes, hi. How are you, Hood? How you doing today?
I'm good. What's going on?
You know, Hood, it's really since the other day when you talked about this, it's really been hitting me, and I'm surprised that, because like you, I'm busy during the day as well. But something hit me about the knee, okay? She had the knee brace on when she was sparring. Then she had the knee brace on the way she was going, okay? She had the knee brace on, when she was walking around. Then she took the knee brace off. Mm-hmm. I remember she took the knee brace off. And so if your knee is bothering you that bad, if you hit the floor the way she did, that's got to hurt like hell. Right. So I found that very interesting. The other thing I found interesting was, I said this the other day, the way she's been copying Remy. And, they say, I was listening to something the other day that was just in general, and they were talking about destiny swapping, when somebody focuses on you so much and so hard that they just try to copy you down. I mean, they're just completely obsessed with you. Right. The other thing is, I just saw today that, the Papressa account, the one that's Papoose and Claressa?
Yeah.
It's following her child, Remy Ma's child.
Yeah, that's that's crazy to me.
And so I found that weird, because I do think that Claressa is in charge of that account because she always tags that account. So it's actually following Papoose's golden child's account.
I think he's aware. You know what I'm saying? But for me, when I started hearing this stuff about kids, I'm just like, man, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
that's what I'm concerned about. And the other thing that was interesting, I watched the press conference from a different point, where you could see it from a different angle.
Hmm.
And it was interesting because Papoose was sitting next to Salida, right? I guess that's his name. And then he moved over around. It was almost like he moved over around to where he was taking off the glove. There was a point where after he took it, I guess he couldn't get it all the way off. And she took it off. She was taking the rest of it off. And it was something that looked like it was also taken out at the same time. Now, I could be wrong. And listen, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything. It's just the way it looked like something else was taken out. Again, maybe that was a piece that's attached to the thing, but it looked like something small. And there was something that was being played with also on the table by the little girl. I don't know. But something is just off with this whole thing. But the biggest thing that was off, the other thing I wanted to tell you is Kay Scott. The reason why you don't see a lot of stuff about that bump, she uses a hell of a lot of makeup at the top of her head. But even when she's out, I noticed that she uses some AI. So that's why we may not be seeing, because she was out with her mother in California as well, just having a good time, kayaking. And you still can't really see the imprint that was there. But that whole knee thing and the way that she was focusing on the little girl, and then there's a whole thing around Remy Ma. They're going after Remy Ma like crazy. So it's almost like everything is being shifted over to Remy Ma to hate her. And then I noticed Remy Ma hooked up with, again, with Serrano. Okay? So the way he's got things going now, I don't know. It could be that I don't think MVP, not right now, will drop anything. And I think Alyssa Baumgarten, they may leave that case alone. Because I think the way things are going well, I don't think MVP wants any drama. So I don't know what your thoughts are about that. What do you think?
I don't know. Everybody's quiet right now, and normally there's a calm before a storm. But it's maybe things get settled behind the scenes, and everybody decides to keep quiet, and they move forward. And there'll be a bit of an uproar if Claressa gets access to MVP fighters, and then eventually it'll all die down because that's just how the internet is. But I don't know. We got to wait and see how it plays out. But I know, shit is a calm before the storm.
But what I don't understand is why Claressa is not stepping up to say, hey guys, that is not what happened. That's not what went down. It's just more of the same. I don't understand. I wish she would say something. And Claressa, if you're listening, I wish you would say something, because that's the only way we're going to know is if you open your mouth and say something.
Yeah, she should.
I don't understand that. She's not talking, and she always talks.
Yeah.
And the knee thing, she had on heels. If you got a knee problem, you ain't going to be hanging out in high-inch heels at a party.
Right. No, look, I agree with you.
I've never seen that before in my life. Because as a woman, I wear a lot of heels. And I think most women do. But if you got a knee problem, how are you walking around in heels? And partying and dancing with it?
Right.
I don't get that. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
No, you're not.
So,
but all right.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot. You have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye. All right. Moving down the line. Where we at here? Yeah, I don't know what Jake Paul gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I'm sure we'll hear something eventually.
Hello?
Hood Champion, how you doing?
Hey, Hood, I was the one who called earlier. I think people misunderstood what I was saying about Kay Scott. I didn't say that Kay Scott knew anything about getting hit with a glove. But do I think that she was supposed to lose that fight and she knew? Yes. Just like they did Franchon. They probably, well, you do this or do that, and then you'll get paid, we'll all get paid, and then once they got into the fight, they pulled some okie doke on Kay Scott. That's what I was saying. So she was a part of the payday too, but I don't think she knew that she was going to get hit with a glove or whatever. So that's what I wanted to clear up. First
Okay.
of all,
No
I
problem.
wasn't saying that this woman intentionally stood in a ring and let somebody hit her in the head. No, that's not what I was saying. I'm saying she probably was a part of the payday, and then they did something that she wasn't aware of.
Right.
So that's what I was saying.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling back to clear that up.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye. Yeah, man, y'all think MVP gonna let it go? Y'all think MVP gonna let the slap go, man? I'll be honest with you. I don't think so. I don't think Alicia Baumgartner gonna let that slap go as I get ready to call this next person back. You know what I'm saying? She got slapped in front of the world. She ain't gonna let that go. That's an easy win right there. But I wonder why Claressa ain't, they ain't pressed charges on her. But I don't know what happened.
Good, what up, though?
Yeah, chilling, man. What's up with you?
I'm good, chilling. Good show tonight.
Appreciate it. What you got?
Look, I only tuned in about an hour ago, so I don't know if anybody mentioned. I simply Googled what is the proper amount of time most fighters leave their gloves on after a fight.
Mm-hmm.
They said, well, there's no statistics reported, but it immediately went into how Claressa Shields had hers on an extraordinarily amount of time that was definitely abnormal.
Right. Yep.
And then the Google also breaks down everything that she did and how this suspension even may go into an investigation for her. Because Google break out, you look yourself, because some stuff I just don't comprehend that well yet. But it breaks it all the way down. I was phantom at the fact that I asked one question and it immediately went into her.
Right.
Yeah, so
yeah. I read through all the explicit guidance, man. I read so many different regulations today, and I pulled it all out. I understand everything that's going on, and of course, look, it's not just us who find what Claressa did with them gloves was unusual. The whole world. That's why I challenged yesterday any pro boxer. And I know there's some on the live right now. They tune in and listen. I tell you what, call in anonymously and y'all tell me if you think it's normal. I'm talking to the pro fighters, male or female. You tell me it's normal, we're wrong. And you tell me why it's normal. Because it wasn't normal. That's why you Google it and that's why you're getting the output, because that's not normal.
And see, that's why we call you, because we know you know, right? But I wonder, you remember, I don't know if you know, about 3 years ago, that other little girl had the internet sewed up just like this one.
Who? Krishan Rock?
That little monkey one. They act just alike. The little light-skinned girl. Krishan Rock.
Oh, yeah.
She had the internet in chokehold just like this girl do now, and they are just alike.
Yeah, you see, I never watched anything on Krishan and Blueface. I never, because I don't look at that kind of shit. It wasn't until
you didn't miss nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not till I start doing these lives I hear the ladies talking. I'm like, who the hell are y'all talking about? Everyone knows now. Hood Champion don't know nothing about it, man. I'm from the old school. I don't be looking at that shit. But I know who she is now because every time I'm on Twitter reading about boxing and updates on boxing, I keep seeing these kick stream things with her, and there's a little child, and I'm like, why does this keep getting circulated? And then now I understand, and I just don't talk about that kind of stuff. But it sounded like she was kind of, other people said the same to you, and she had the internet in the chokehold, and now Claressa does. You know what I'm saying?
It was a lot of the same similarities that's going on now with this girl. It was it was very similar. On the internet, cussing people out, threatening people, it's all kind of stuff. And then the first thing you want to say, well, black women don't support black women. We do. But we don't support is that foolishness. Claressa Shields had the world in her hand.
Oh, yeah, she had it.
And,
Yeah, Claressa had it, 100%.
Didn't she?
She had it. She was up in the way and just threw it away. You know what she was at her best? And I've spoken about this. She was at her best when she was boxing and whipping ass and went over to MMA world. Even though she was 1-1, everybody respected her. Everybody. Because she went over there to learn that discipline. And you can see that Claressa she has something special when it comes to just being able to learn and adapt to this combat environment. Like, she is just meant to fight. She got demon all up in her ass, all up in her ass. And then she decided to walk away from that because Papoose wanted that. And they decided, okay, we're going to chase money. Go at Layla Ali and disrespect as much as you can, harass as much as you can. That was the downfall of Claressa Shields. That was the worst. That was, talk about a misstep. That was falling into a pit. You know what I'm saying? A bottomless pit. And she ain't been able to break that descent since. It's been nonstop bad decision after nonstop bad decision. Papoose caused that. She should have stayed boxing and doing MMA. Claressa right now, she would be a effing megastar. Even if she was losing some, of course she don't want to get an arm broken, but she could have just tapped out. People would have understood, but she just went the wrong direction. But hey, she seemed to be comfortable in the space she's in, and it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you. And I appreciate you always sharing your knowledge with us. And you got a good show. And we love it over there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you supporting the channel, man. You have a good night.
No doubt. You too.
All right. All right. Bye. Yeah, let me move on down the line to the next one, man. All right, I'm moving down the line here. We'll get to all of y'all, man, like I do every night. I don't leave nobody hanging. And if I call you back and you don't answer, well, just call back. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to hear from y'all. But yeah, Krishan Rock, I didn't realize.
Hey, Hood.
What's up with
Hey,
you?
yeah, I was going to mention something, but I'll mention it next time on your live. I done got a little bit tired. I'm old.
Oh, you old girl? You old school or you old? I mean,
I'm old school. Everything old.
Nah,
but I just end up being so tired. But next time you're live, I can bring up my comment.
Well, it's all good, but I'm 51, so I know you ain't older than me.
Oh yes, I most certainly am. I'm 67.
Oh, all right, big sis. I'm sorry.
I'm 67 years old. Yeah, I don't know if I sound like it, but
Oh no, you sound like you're like 19 years old. I ain't gonna lie. You sound young.
Oh no.
You sound young.
Well, thank you though, but no, I'm 67, and right now, around about this time, my body's like, lay it down. So I'm gonna just lay down, and go to sleep. But I'll catch up with you tomorrow. I love the chat and I love the show.
All right, you take care and get some rest. All right.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Right, bye. Moving on down the line. What's this next one here? I think I got that one already. Okay, look like 11:29. Yeah, I think I got I got everybody, man. So look, man, if you want to call in 929-839-0679. But this thing about back to the gloves, man. Everybody's calling down to that commission. But I do believe they're going to change those rules. I do. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if every state commission decides to adopt a post-fight glove inspection. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest with you. If you have two fighters, you have the pre-fight, why wouldn't you have a post-fight? And I'm just telling you from my experience, I'm used to being in huge meetings about an event. And you had the it's almost like the pre-fight, you know what I'm saying? Before the event happens, you do the pre-planning. And we have meetings, you know what I'm saying? And then we'd have a hot wash, but we'd have all the pre-meetings, and we talk about, what to expect, what's going to happen. Then the event happens. Then we have like a post-event meeting. We call it a hot wash. And we talk about everything. What went right, what went wrong, lessons learned. So to me, if you find it's necessary to have a pre-fight wrap inspection, somebody watching it, a pre-fight glove inspection, to make sure that they go on, I don't see why you would have a post-fight. Go ahead, caller.
Hey,
What's up, Taisha?
what's going on?
Chilling, man. What you got?
I think here that what the caller was saying about Fairchild and Kay,
Yeah.
they did her a favor. and they are on the money run.
That's what it seems like. It's a paper
Yeah, they
chase.
are on the money run. But you know, back in the day, well, we used to. I'm gonna switch from place to place because I got a couple of things I want to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Back in the day, we used to call those speed knots, and the only thing that make a speed knot is a knuckle.
Right.
If she was hit with a glove, a padded glove, it would have been more like a rope, not a speed knot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a fighter. Not now, but back in the day, I used to fight. So I know because I wore some and I gave some. You're.
No, that's true. That's true, man. You get a knot. Like, I've been in my share of scraps before not even just boxing, and yeah, man, that's true. You hit somebody with your bare fists, man. You lump them up, and if someone catch you, you get your little knot and shit. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Like when you say it like that and you think about it, it's like bare knuckle. That's bare
That's
knuckle.
the only thing that's
Yeah,
gonna give a speed knot.
yeah.
That or like the man said, something sharp.
Yep. I mean,
And I think something sharp with a cutter.
who hasn't?
A knuckle is the only thing that leaves a speed knot
Yeah.
like that.
Who hasn't seen somebody get hit with a rock or been hit with a rock? You know what I'm saying? And when that hits you, you will swell up, especially if it hits you on your forehead or somewhere. You will get a knot. You bump your head into the wall or on the door or something, running too fast, playing and not paying attention. You will lump up like that. But just a fist in a glove, I've never seen nobody knot up like that from a fist in a glove. And even me being on the outside watching people spar and box, even just there locally, you know what I'm saying? As coming up, I ain't never seen that. Not a knot like that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen.
And not that, and they come fast too. That's why we used to call them speed
I've seen
knots.
swelling underneath an eye.
As soon as you hit them, that thing is boom.
Yeah. That's that. I ain't never seen it, man. But I don't know. I ain't never seen it. It's crazy.
Yep. And then another thing that I wanted to ask you: have you heard of the Ali Act?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that I heard someone talking about it today on a video. So you know me, I'm gonna do my little research about it.
Yeah.
And it says on there that according to the Ali Act, the definition of a manager is not entitled, it's functional. So with she can say Pap is not her manager, but he's functioning as a manager.
Right. Yeah. He's definitely seemed to be dual hatted. So he's coded out as a Win Records executive, but he's right there. He's the one who making the decisions. See, this is where she messes up, right? She's out here talking about, well, if Pap wants me to do this, if Pap wants me to do that. Yo, he's the executive at Win Records. Why is he sitting there telling you what to do? Your manager's supposed to be looking out for you. You know what I'm saying? Not these executives and not your promoter. The manager's supposed to be the one to make sure that, you're not getting screwed and taken advantage of. You know what I mean? So when you see him serving as whatever role it is as the exec and also seems to be managing her career, it does seem a bit of a conflict of interest. So again, it's just wordplay. Al Heyman, he was managing those fighters, but he had the title of advisor. So it's just wordplay. But I mean, where she messes up is she says it's whatever Papoose wants. So it's almost like he's managing her career. If it's whatever he wants, that means he's managing your career. He's navigating your career. So he is the manager no matter what she says. If he's not, well, then show me a manager when she's doing press conferences. I don't ever see a manager up there. The person talking for her is Papoose, not even really Demetrius Salita. Normally, the manager is up there talking on behalf of their fighter. Not even the promoter so much. The promoter will, but the manager is there. But there's no one talking about Papoose, so I believe he's the manager 100%.
And also with the I have never seen her in a pre-fight conference, post-fight conference, a face-off be as quiet as she was in that post conference. She runs her mouth. She overtalk who's talking. I have never seen her be that quiet. And yes, they both looked like they were afraid of something, like they were nervous.
Right. Well, everyone who's been involved with wrongdoing, you know when to listen a whole lot and shut up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think it was. They didn't want they didn't want any unnecessary attention on them. And that's what I think. Now, I would like for her to come out since she addresses everything else. Just come on out here and address the gloves. That's all she got to do. Just address the gloves. I had them on because I wanted to wear them. And what? Shut up. Say something. But that we ain't gonna accept that. But she got to address them gloves.
Yeah, she had him on for at least an hour.
No, she had them on for a long time. A long time. Why'd you wait so long to take off the gloves? To take off the gloves? You kept them on so. I mean, you were so adamant to keep them on that you had your niece give you water. Right then, I would have been like, man, take these gloves off, man, and drink this water. You know what I'm saying? I would have probably used my teeth and stopped pulling it off. Man, shit, somebody help me. Right there in front of the cameras. I ain't got nothing to hide. I ripped that shit off right there in front of the whole world and tossed them gloves or whatever. Give me that water. Ain't gonna, I mean, nothing about it made sense. Nothing. Just nothing about it made sense. Nothing.
Yeah, and they I seen another video where they were saying how like the lady that was just on the phone, she called back, said how there's some executives that's backing Claressa Shields, and not executives but powerful people, some people that's protecting her. They are coming after content creators and getting people's page shut down, and they definitely going after Remy. But this is the thing right here. Here's the thing where a lot of people don't know. Remy has teamed up with 50 Cent, and they're working on a $2 million project for Remy.
A $2 million project?
A $2 million project, some kind of project that they're working on together, and it's supposed to yield her $2 million.
I wonder what it's about.
I'm not sure what it is, but it's on the hush hush because them two is still married,
right?
And he definitely don't want Pap to get a quarter of that,
right?
Yeah. So that's on the hush hush.
So they're really going at people's. Well, this is the thing. I know they got some content creators who they call Claressa out her name. They go at her pretty raw. You know what I'm saying? But she dishes a lot of stuff out. But I do know there was one guy in particular. He was under fire. You know what I'm saying? And he seemed to be a little bit miserable, but he seemed to be kind of regrouping. But you know, so they're saying she's teaming up with high level execs to do that.
Yeah, they're trying to get content creators shut down, and they trying to really paint that golden relationship between her and Pap.
Well, I do know that there's some channels that was like Facebook. I have noticed more and more posts to say negative things about Remy. You know, I have noticed that, and I'm like, damn, what the hell is this? Like really horrible stuff. You know what I'm saying? Horrible stuff. And I'm like, how do we get here? You know, that was my thing. How the hell did we get to this point to where all of a sudden there's all this stuff coming out on Remy? Like, I thought things, if anything, people would just want to leave things alone, but if anything, it's like they're just perpetuating things and just making the whole situation worse, which again, it gives a lot more attention to her and the whole situation. I just don't understand, man, all the drama. Like, I just don't understand all the drama. I really don't. I wouldn't want to deal with that stuff.
Yeah, it's coming from Pap because first of all, Pap is hurt because he, it's not where you at, it's where you want to be at. He would rather be with Remy. I don't care what nobody say, because even Fat Joe said it himself in an interview that they were out together. Remy paid for 10 men to eat. She paid for everybody that went out. They went out together. He came home, fell asleep on that phone. Claressa Shields begging, and Remy found it out, and then put him out. And then That's how everything came to the head. But he had no intentions on being with Claressa Shields. He was probably had his hand. You know how you have your hand in a lion's mouth when you're trying to slip it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was trying to ease his way out of that relationship, but he got caught before he had an opportunity to do it.
People still think that he deep down wants to be with Remy, or he's over it, or you still think he wants to be with her?
I don't know if he want to be with her anymore. I think he's coming to the realization that she's really done with him. So there's anger there. He's angry, but now he always playing in Claressa Shields' face, because even at the fight, her and what's his name, Mayweather was talking, and a couple of other guys, they were talking about something. I can't remember what they were talking about. And Pat out of nowhere put his face in the camera and said the best rappers come out of New York City. While his wife got a thing outside with her song going. And Claressa Shields got that face on that she always get when he embarrassed her. She looked so stupid. She stopped talking. She just had this face on. He just came out of nowhere. They weren't even talking about that. He just came out of nowhere and said, the best rappers come out of New York City. And you know it, and you know it. He just kept saying it. And she just shut down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So to me, and what I said is, he always found a way to shout out his wife. When they were on that trip in Aruba and he was taking pictures, he held his arm out so you could see Remy's tattoo. All of that, that's symbolic. All of that, he know what he be doing. And Remy know what he be doing, because they've been together for 20 years. Claressa only know him for 2 years. Him and Remy know what each other's doing.
So you think they in on it? So do you think they working together?
I thought that at first. And sometimes I still kind of feel that way. But Pat be doing a lot though. Pat is doing the most. And I think that I don't think she's involved now. And I think she's totally done with him. And she really wants the divorce. But she don't want to give up her assets. He wants the marital property. It ain't really money. He want that house she in. He put a tax lien against it. Did you hear about that?
People have mentioned different things over the months.
He tried to pull the equity out of the house.
Yeah, somebody said something like that.
He tried to pull the equity out of the house. He wants that house she lives in. So that's status. That's a status thing. Claressa's house is not like that house.
No.
Even though he with the GOAT, the $8 million woman or whatever, he's still in his mind being Remy mom, the prize. Claressa ain't the prize. He see how she live in that nasty ass house. She don't clean up. It ain't decorated to fly. Not like how he was living. Claressa don't have him living like that. Even the little outfit he had on, whoever made it, they made it wrong because the front of the shirt was all uneven. You could tell that outfit was thrown together. That dress was horrible she had on. And the after party outfit was a mess.
You're talking about the pants with where you can see her hips and groin area?
Yeah, and then had the little
mesh top you can see through?
duct tape over the nipples and all of that to back out, thrown together. Just looked at a whole hot mess.
Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw that. I saw the pants. That's what got me. I'm like, what kind of shit is this? But I'm like, hey, look, I'm from the old school. I don't know about these. Maybe that's the new trend. And come out there and have your groin out or your gallbladder showing. I mean, I ain't never seen nobody wear a pair of pants with the goddamn hole cut out so your gallbladder and spleen are showing. I mean, that shit look crazy to me. But hey, whatever.
And then she still had the red shoes on, so I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Like, no way in the world I would have worn nothing looking like that. All out in front of your dad.
Oh, yeah,
Ain't
that's
nowhere
right.
in the world I'm going to have no outfit on like that in front of my father. At my old age right now, I wouldn't wear nothing like that in front of my dad.
Right. Some things you just don't do.
My brothers neither. That's so inappropriate.
Right.
Now, going out with my girls, my men, whatever. Okay, I'm going to get dressed. I'm going out. But I'm not going to parade down in front of my peoples like that.
Right. No, I agree with you.
And it looked like they made it when she was bigger. And she kept losing weight because everything looked big on her. And don't get me wrong. When she came out in that bathing suit and that ostrich thing, she looked bad. She looked good. She looked good, but like you say, she looked soft. She don't look defined like how
Baumgartner. Yeah.
AB is defined. You can see her cuts. You can see her muscles. You can see. Now, only place you can see Claressa's muscles is in her arms.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked good in that. She did. But them other outfits, she looked at a hot mess. But yeah, she don't got him. She don't got him living like how Remy got him living. Because if he was with Remy, he'd have been at the next game. He'd have been doing all of the things that a New York nigga like him like to do. He was not a part of none of that. You don't think that affected him? You don't think that bothers him?
Mm-hmm.
He in Atlanta at upstairs at Claressa's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he angry. So yeah, he kind of want to get back at Remy, and that's why they creating that same narrative that he allowed to happen, and that's the reason why Remy started coming out talking about it because she kept saying, Pap, listen, you need to say something about this because they coming at my neck. Oh, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll die down. It'll die down. He was fine with being made to look like the, the good man that she lost. And she got tired of that. And she still got other things in her clip that she could release, but she don't do it because she ain't really trying to take them out like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You be with somebody for 20 years. I got boyfriends that I wasn't with that long, 5-6 years. I still got love for them. So of course they both still love each other. They just don't want to be with it. She don't want to be with him no more. And the same thing he did to Remy, the same thing he did to that other lady, Topaz, and he doing the same thing to Claressa Shields. There's no romance without finance with Pat.
That right there is crazy. Oh my God, man, that is crazy. No romance.
The Topaz girl was his partner in crime, and she went to jail for him too. They used to do all kinds of illegal stuff together. Remy was a rapper, had a, you know what I mean? Had status, and now Claressa Shields got status. There's no romance without finance with Pat.
Damn. Yeah. But I'll say this, I watch what goes on. I know I don't really keep up with all the drama. I let y'all fill me in. But what I can say is I've listened to enough to where I've concluded that what Remy was saying about him being her manager and tired of giving up money, I do think he's kind of taken that kind of cookie cutter approach and he's just applied it to Clarissa's situation. And so I do believe that some of the stuff Remy has said, the little bit that I've heard, she's being truthful. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she's exaggerating things. I think she's just being blatantly honest because now you look and see the direction he's taking Clarissa. It's almost like the same thing Remy sounded like what she was doing. She sounded like she was burnt out and certain times didn't want to do things. There's the video of it where there's a clip where he's basically disagreeing, where she's like, "Look, I just came out of jail. I don't want to feel like I'm being told what to do, and sometimes I just want some time off." And you look at Clarissa, he got her out there working hard. You know what I'm saying? He got her out there like Ike Turner and Tina. You know, we got these shows. I wrote these songs. We got these shows. I got Memphis. I got Tennessee. I got to get on to San Antonio. Got to get to San Antonio. I gotta get on back up to Mississippi. I gotta, get to LA, get up to New York. I got to, like y'all got to dance. Goddamn it. Like that's exactly how it seems. He's doing them. And I'm making jokes, but I mean that's what it seems like.
Yeah. But see, like I was saying earlier, and the caller was saying that about the franchise, they called on them to do a favor so they can get these fights in, to get this money from whoever's giving them the money. Leader, Win Records, I don't know how they calculate up the money and where the money comes from, but that's what they're trying to do. But they're running out of people to call in a favor on. Because I don't think Jake gonna put that sideshow attraction attached to his company.
Yeah,
I just don't see him doing it.
It's a high risk.
He has a legitimate business. His girls, like you said, they are safe. He got 50 plus women. They're all doing good. They're getting the fights. They're getting the money. I don't see him adding that sideshow attraction to his stuff. I don't see it. I don't think there's no purse big enough for him to fight one of his girls with Claressa Shields, unless one of the girls are adamant about fighting her.
Right.
That's the only way I see it happening.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I always appreciate when you call in. You like the silent whisperer. You know what I'm saying? When you come through, it's like that breeze hit us, boy, and you just be just kicking that knowledge, man. I always like hearing from you. You ain't called in a while, but I know you said you had COVID, right?
No, this Taisha.
Yeah, but I thought you were sick.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't sick. When I say I'm sick, I have to take a breather from this Claressa Shields stuff because sometimes it just gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
and I got other things to focus on. We moving tomorrow into my new house, so
okay.
I had to kind of I got to fall back every now and then and focus on some things that me and my family got going on. Because we do the same thing that Brinson do. We take care of elderly people. We got home health and assisted living homes.
Right.
Me and my daughter's a nurse.
Right.
And that's what we into.
Okay. But that's outstanding.
So sometimes I gotta, fall back a little bit and focus on put my blinders on and focus on what we're doing.
Right. No, I understand. But I tell you what, I appreciate you calling in. I know it's Taisha, but you sound like All Natural. All Natural is the one. I'm listening to you. I called you Taisha when you called in, but I'm sitting here listening to you. Then all of a sudden, in my mind, you became All Natural. But All Natural is the one who has COVID. Y'all
She's from New York too, right?
I believe so. I'm not sure. I just know both of y'all sound exactly alike. I'll tell you that, boy. Y'all, even the way y'all deliver, everything's the same. So I apologize for.
We New York girls, that's why.
Yeah, y'all sound like. I mean, your tone, everything, man, everything the same. everything. Well, all right, man. I appreciate you as always, man. I'm gonna get through
You're
these
welcome.
last couple
It's
calls
good
and
talking to you all the time. You know, I'm every night. Some nights I miss it, but not every night. I try to get to see you, or during the day I try to catch up on what y'all talked about at nighttime.
Yeah, the lives be good, man. I be driving around playing them. I be laughing and shit, man. I mean, we get the lives are good and they're very entertaining. So I don't know if y'all listen to them during the day like me. I'll be driving somewhere and be playing my lives, and I'll be sitting there cracking up, man, because it's some good. The conversations are good. The calls are good.
Yeah, I listen to them. If I miss them, if I miss being a part of it at night, I'll put it on too while I'm doing something in the office or, at the house or whatever.
Yeah.
I listen to it.
And there's not a lot of bad language on my lives either. So
Absolutely.
that's the other thing that I pride myself on, man. Every now and then you get some, but it ain't crazy. You can be comfortable playing it. It ain't too bad. Yeah.
Well, that's because we respect you. That's why. I mean, we can go there, but
Yeah.
we
I
tone
think
it down.
yeah, I think people go
out
off
of
my
respect for
energy,
you.
and plus y'all go off my energy because I don't really do all that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, all right, sis. I appreciate you, man. Y'all, well, enjoy your day moving into your new house. It's gonna be busy, but it's a rewarding feeling. So, congrats.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going back into the chat. It's
All right.
always a pleasure talking to you.
All right, same here. Have a good night.
You too.
All
Bye-bye.
right, bye. Yeah, yeah. She sound like all natural, don't she? They got the exact same tone. Let me go down here. Who is it? Let me start calling people back now and lining the numbers off. I got three calls to make. If they answer, cool. If not, I gotta move on. I know it's getting late for some people. They gotta get up in the morning, eat their cinnamon toast crunch and shit. So they may be sleeping. All right, moving on. I tried to call you. Go to the next one. Oh, this from Cali. I know they're gonna be wide awake. They over there probably, smoking that ooh-wee. California love. Hey, what's up, Hood Champion? How you doing? What's going on?
Yeah, I meant to tell you. Somebody could have said this already because I was on a different channel, but about the gloves, and I know you were talking about why hasn't she spoken out. I believe she had a publicist or somebody post something for her. I saw like something on some kind of community post that she fractured her finger a couple of days or something like that before the fight. But they were trying to make it seem like she was such a champ that she was able to fight with fractured fingers.
Right.
But at the same time, didn't Manny Pacquiao get in trouble for not reporting his injuries? She should get in trouble. She didn't report it.
Yeah. I mean, she could. If they openly admitting that she had injuries,
Yeah, it's supposed to say that, but they was trying to make it seem like she was like a champ for boxing with fractured fingers. But actually, what they're also trying to do is have a reason for the gloves to stay on that low.
Right. Yeah. Something about that whole thing doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? It just
Yeah,
doesn't
so
make any
that's what I
sense.
wanted to say because I was hearing people. And I said the same thing to myself. Why hasn't she spoken up yet? Because she's always trying to defend herself. So why hasn't she said anything about the gloves? What makes it more suspicious? But see, now she has somebody else to come out and say Claressa Shields has fractured her fingers. I don't know if it was a couple of days before the fight, but it was before the fight. And so they didn't say that's why she had the gloves on so long. They were trying to give her props for fighting with fractured fingers.
Right.
But I see, I can read between the lines. I know they was trying to make excuses for the gloves.
Right.
Now, that's not what they said, but I read between the lines.
Right. Yeah, we far from slow, man. There's more to that story. But it is what it is. We ain't stupid. I think there's more to it. But my thing is, they just come and throw this little bull crap, little explanation. Nah, man, just show the gloves. Where the gloves at? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody keep them gloves on like that. Because you're talking about fractured fingers, but you up in the club.
It's enough that we've seen on camera. Honestly, I don't care if they destroyed the gloves. It is so much that's on camera. An investigation. If we can see it, an investigation who has way more experience with investigating can see a whole lot more.
Right.
So even if they decide to destroy the gloves, I feel like there's so much evidence out there
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Because you have untrained people who can see it. Then what can investigators who are trained, what can they see? Because stuff can happen from 1980.
We got she accidentally got clicked off of there. Let me see. Let me call her back real quick. She accidentally got clicked off.
Oh?
You just got clicked off. Keep going. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, no, I was saying that something can happen in 1980, and if they want to, they can launch an investigation in 2026, and they can still find something. So you just never know what people can really do.
Right. No, I agree,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? You never know what folks can do. I'm at the point of feeling like Claressa has a machine that's backing her up.
Right. There's something there. Because
she has a machine that's backing her up, and I don't know what she had, what kind of power she's having behind her, but I saw a little clip of them celebrating, dancing. They were all wearing white. For something that's telling, it's almost looking a little ritualistic. I'm not into all that stuff, but I'm just saying it's almost looking a little ritualistic, and it's giving me the feeling that they're not worried about anything because they feel like they're just going to get away with whatever they want to. So for them to look so comfortable, I feel like there's a huge machine behind them.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It makes you wonder how the hell Big Gwoat is able to be out here, man, just carrying on. Like, it just makes you wonder.
They're starting to look very... It starts to look like a lot of rituals, and I know I'm not into that. I'm not into conspiracy theories like that, but the way they are looking together is kind of opening my eyes a little bit. It's like they don't care what anybody say about gloves or whatever, because they really feel like they are protected. Something has them not worried because she's protected.
That's what it seems like. It's crazy.
She's protected. If she was to do something to K. Scott and get rid of the body, she's protected. I'm telling you. Something is protecting her. I don't know what they've gotten themselves into, but I looked at them dance in this little short, and they were all wearing white. And I said, this looks like some kind of Diddy stuff. I'm not saying it's like, the after night party or whatever, but I'm saying it's looking like they're into something. You know what I mean? It's very occultish-like. It's looking like they might be into something. And that's the reason why they feel like ain't nothing going to happen to them, because they got protection around them.
Right. Yeah, it does seem unusual. But all right, let me take a few more of these calls. I got it, and then I'm out of here.
Right.
I'm getting tired. All right.
Talk to you later.
All right. Bye. All right, let me see what I got. 347. Okay. Did I call you back? 27. All right, calling y'all back now, man. Going down the line. You answer, we rock. If not, I'm out.
Hello.
Hood Champion, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, what you got, man?
Okay, so a couple of things. So I believe that Claressa Shields is too confident to do anything crazy with her gloves. She always says she can whip anybody. So why would she cheat? She always, she says that 99 times a day. She can whip anybody. She's not afraid of anybody. She's going to win. So why would she cheat? And then, if they check the gloves before, when would they be able to do anything to the glove? If they checked them before, when they were wrapping her and all of that, when would they be able to fix the gloves for something to be in the gloves?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, corruption exists. I'm not saying anything is going on. We just want to know about the gloves and why they look like that, and for them to come and explain. But there's things that happen. You know what I'm saying? There are things that happen when it comes to the sport of boxing. So
yeah, I mean, there are things that happen, and I just heard the lady that was talking, saying that she called a commission, and the people told her. So I mean, if they're not worried about it, why is the internet in such an uproar about it? If these people not worried about it, they're not looking into it. What's the big deal for everybody else?
Because you and I just talked the other day, man. What you had yourself? Yep, you had your damn collard green sandwich again.
That's right.
Here you go again. In here stirring up shit. All right, yeah. So you already know them gloves because the gloves look funny, and people on the internet. My best friend is on the phone, so the people on the internet are looking at that just like me. You've seen the gloves. The gloves look funky. And they're just like, hold on. Let me finish because you ain't going to overtalk me this time. They just want to know, hey, why'd you have them on? And why do they look like that? That's all.
Okay.
That's it.
But she doesn't have to answer to anybody, though. If she doesn't say anything, she doesn't have to. If it was me, I wouldn't tell y'all nothing. Okay, let y'all talk. I wouldn't tell you nothing.
Yeah, if it was me, I wouldn't say anything either.
Yeah, if it were me, I wouldn't care what y'all say. Y'all go and talk 99 times a day about this. I wouldn't care. As long as those people are not bothering me, I don't care what y'all say.
But
you can say what you want to say.
But I know the fans make or break you, so at some point, she gonna make it. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. You keep cutting me off. Hold on. Let me finish. You always keep cutting me off. The fans make or break you, so the choices you're making are consequences, and that just seems to be a risk she's willing to accept. But I'm curious to see if she gonna come out and talk about them gloves. She can't hold water. She got tight skin. Her mouth don't stay closed. She gonna talk about it.
Maybe she will. Maybe she will. She's gonna do it when she get ready to do it. She's not gonna do it because y'all are gonna make her do it. You know how she does. She comes back when she get ready. If she want to talk about it, she's gonna talk about it. But I got a couple of things to go through, and then the next thing is, I think that, but I was thinking that the suspension could be because of the finger. But then the lady said that the guy said that that's normal, so that's something that they do. Because you have to know that it couldn't be anything if she was only suspended for 1 week. So it couldn't be anything bad if she was suspended. So like you said, it's just normal protocol. And then the other thing is, I heard this woman talking about Remy Ma. And I wish people would just leave that alone. These women are crazy, especially in New York. Because of Remy, they are going crazy. But let me tell you something. Remy has done a lot of.
You ever been with a married? You ever spent time? You ever been with a married man?
We already discussed this before, sir, but that's not the point. My point is, people need
No. I don't. That was so you have called. So you have called before the other night. You called in before. That's right. You were talking, and you have been with a married man before. Okay,
we didn't discuss that the other night.
No, we didn't discuss it the other night. We called about a month ago.
Exactly.
I remember.
Okay. That's why I said we already talked about that.
Yeah, I remember. But there are people in the chat who don't know you, and that gives them a little context on why you about to go at Remy.
But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because there's a bunch of them in the chat that's been with married men. Okay, so that they can go somewhere with that. I'm not the one for that. I don't care. Okay, I don't care about that.
About what being with married men.
What I'm talking about, what I'm saying is that Remy has done a lot of lies herself, and people talk, but they don't listen. Remy said, they said, oh, she wants to have a baby so bad with Pat. She wants to marry him. Remy said, I bet you he's over there asking you to have a baby. Remy said that out of her mouth. And they were on an interview, and the woman asked Claressa about having a baby. And she said, does Pat know you're having a baby next year? Claressa turned around because Pat was in the studio, and she said, Pat, do you know you having a baby next year? He said, absolutely. I watch a lot of stuff. That's why these people that be calling in, they're not even up on what's going on. They just talking. This is what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of people are just talking.
Well, hold on. Go back to what you were saying about having a baby. What happened there? Because, see, I don't be on the internet like that. Remy said, does Claressa know you having a baby next year? And he said...
No. I said, Remy was doing a live one time,
Okay.
and she was talking to Claressa, and she was saying, "Oh, I know he's over there running the game on you, and I know he's over there telling you that he wants a baby
And a
this
boy,
that.
and a boy, and a
Have a
boy.
baby."
Right? And a boy.
Okay, I don't know. She didn't say nothing about no boy. She just said wanting to have a baby.
Okay.
The next thing I said was I saw an interview where they were interviewing Claressa, and the woman asked Claressa, because she said something about a baby. So she said, "So does Pap know you're having a baby next year?" Now, nobody knew that he was there because they weren't showing him. But when she asked her that question, Claressa turned around in her chair and she said, "Pap, do you know you're having a baby next year?" And he said, "Absolutely."
Yeah, he just said absolutely, but I think they cut him off. He's about to say absolutely not, is what I think he's
He
about
did
to say.
not say that. He did not say that.
Oh, maybe I watched the wrong interview. Okay, I'm
No,
sorry.
that
Okay.
was something that was on Vlad. That was on Vlad TV. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm up on everything now. See, I watch everything. These people just talking, running their mouths. They're not paying attention. They're not watching. So Remy knows this. Remy knows that it's not her. It's Pat that wants the baby. That's what she said. And that's what Remy said. I know he's over there telling you he wants a baby. So these women are all coming to your channel and other places, other content creators, and they're all talking and saying, "Oh, she wants to have a baby for him so bad," and blah, 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 this and that. That's not how it is.
Okay, so you think
Because I heard
Papoose?
the woman say it out
You
of her
think
own mouth. The
you
wife said it out of her
okay?
own mouth.
Hold on. You think Papoose is the one who's pushing for the child?
His wife said it.
Okay, and you think he genuinely wants a child, or you don't think that's just game he's running?
I think he does.
Okay, you don't think it's Claressa? She said she wanted to have a child at 30, and then that she was with Trump.
But we know that. Listen, she's a
But
boxer. So
that don't hold on. That doesn't matter to you that Claressa been saying she want to have children at 30, and all of this, and now here it is that she running the Papoose, and now you don't think she had nothing to do with wanting a child? You think it's all Papoose?
Well, listen, I'm just saying it could be. She could be, but when was she saying that? When did people know she was saying that? Because she just turned 30. I mean,
She 31. I'm a boxing child. I've been following Claressa since she turned pro, and I listen to everything that she says, especially when she was talking about her career. And at 30, she wanted to have her first child. You know what I'm saying? Then the Papoose thing came along, and then her career spiraled out of control. Then it was like, okay, at 31, he said next year. So she's 31 now. Now it's next year. She'll be 32.
She said next year.
Listen.
She told him she had some more asses to whip. That's what she said.
And then now it's gonna be next year. Next year she'll be 32, but now she's supposed to have one fight next year, 3 fights this year. Now she's gonna have 2 fights next year, and then try to have a child. It's gonna get pushed into 2028. You watch.
Well, I mean, listen, that's their business. If it gets pushed, that's their business.
But you're talking about it. I mean, how you can't come out here speaking so passionately, and then when it's something you don't like to hear, say that's their business. No, you can't do that.
No. I don't care personally. I just care because I watch these.
You don't care, but you just care.
Like they know for a fact all of this stuff that's going on, and they really don't know.
Well, you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing.
People don't know who does know.
You're doing the same thing.
But they don't know who does know.
You're doing the same thing. You calling passionately about defending Claressa Shields.
The old saying goes down south, heat sees, but a few know. Okay?
He see what a few know. Who's seeing? The blind man? How he's seeing? He's seeing with his hands. He's seeing with his ears. He's seeing with his nose. What senses are he using to see? Because you can see without having eyesight, without having vision. You can be a blind man, can see a whole lot. He can tell you about the birds. He can tell you about what's cooking. So what senses are being used?
I said a heat see, but a few know. So you may see, but you don't know. But somebody else does know. So all of that is irrelevant. All of that stuff that they talk. Like I said, I pay attention to everything. You don't watch, like you said. I watch. So I see a lot of these content creators, and I see a lot of these interviews, and I pay attention to everything that's said.
That's how I know about this baby business. How I know about what Remy Ma said.
What you know about the baby business? Okay, so Remy said that. You don't think Remy was trying to help Claressa out? Like, look, this is the game being run on me, it's being run on you. You think Pap didn't really?
Yeah, that's exactly what she was saying. I know exactly what she was saying. I'm not stupid. I'm far from stupid. I'm very intelligent. That's exactly what she was saying. Okay, she was telling her that yes, she was, and she said, "I know." She said, "I
Thank
know
you for the
he's over there
$5,
running
Hoopin.
a
Thank
play
you.
on you, and he's telling you about he wants to have another baby."
Okay, and you think he's genuine with Claressa? You think he genuinely wants a child with Claressa?
I think so.
Even
I
though,
think so.
okay, even though Remy was trying to tell her, look, he gonna run game on you, make you think these things, and you may not get it. But you think that Claressa's different.
I'm not saying she's different. Why does she have to be different? She's just the next woman after his wife, so why does she have to be different?
Well, if Remy's saying he's running,
to a lot of people like
if
you
Remy's
guys,
saying,
you guys
hold
don't
on,
like her. That's
hold
why
on,
she's different.
hold on. Well, listen, you can't say I don't like her. See, that's what it. Last time I told you, you keep putting words in my mouth. I always say I don't like her or dislike her. She's interesting to me. It's entertaining. So there you go. I never once said, but I don't put words in your mouth. I don't put words in your mouth.
I don't like her no more. And they talk down on Papoose.
That's them. That don't have nothing to do with me.
When Papoose was with Remy, let me tell you something.
But that don't have nothing to do with me. They can say what they want. That has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. I just sit here. It's entertaining. I don't like or dislike her. I have no expectation.
When they talk about him, though,
They can talk. They talk about her. They talk about Papoose, and there are people who call in support of Claressa and Papoose. You know what I mean? Just like I'm letting you call in. So it's not all one-sided.
Right. So what I'm saying to you is, what difference does it make? When he was with Remy, nobody had shit to say bad about Papoose. Now that he's with Claressa and people are saying they hate her so much, and because of this, she says this and she says that, now he's such a bad person.
Okay.
You know, they digging up this and digging up that on them, but he was never a bad person when he was with Remy.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Up there at my son's high school, the principal, right? Everybody liked the principal. Nobody had nothing bad to say about him until the past weekend. His ass got caught driving under the influence, and now everybody's talking bad about him because now they found out something about him that they didn't know. You don't think that had a little bit to do with why they talking about Papoose? You don't think that have anything to do with it?
What did they find out about him that they didn't know? That's what I want to know. What did they find out about him that they didn't know?
Well, look. You be on the internet.
What they found out about him that they didn't know.
No, well, look, I'm not answering no more questions about this because, you know, we can go back and forth. Like I told you the other day, we ain't going to agree. You are a Papoose and Claressa Shields fanatic. So you're going to sit here and go round and round till you blue in the face. We'll be here 3 a.m. You still be going. You'll still be going.
I got one more thing for you. Let's get off of that. I got one more thing for you.
Let's get off of what? Hold on. Let's get off of what? Let's get off
the Papoose and Claressa thing for right now, the relationship. What about the money? I want to talk about the money for a minute. How everybody talks about the money and the deal that she got. I think that she did get a signing bonus. So she said she got $3 million. I believe she got it. Basketball players get signing bonuses up front. People do get bonuses up front. So everybody's trying to figure out the money. So she already got $3 million. There's not $8 million on the table still. It's only $5 million on the table. If she had a total of 8, she already got 3. So she got $5 million is what she's got to make now in the fights that she has left.
Okay, well, let me say this. Claressa said she had a $3 million signing bonus that's independent of the $8 million. And don't interrupt me. I'm gonna finish short and sweet. Then you can chime in.
No,
Yeah, okay. That has nothing to do with the $8 million. So the $3 million was in her pocket. Every fight she was supposed to get $2 million guarantees till they came out to the 8. With each fight, the $2 million plus some back end money, she could make a lot more than $2 million. So she was talking about in the first year she could be making up like 15, 16 million. That's what she said. Now you look at what's going on now. All of a sudden, the $2 million guarantee is a guarantee of $500,000. So everything that she says, it's hard to believe them because there's distrust now. So they've questioned everything about her and her identity. We're questioning everything about her and her identity. That's the worst place for an athlete to be. And it's not. It would have been 11 million total. 3 million plus the 8 would have been.
Well, she probably exaggerating the amount, but still in all.
But you just sitting here arguing. You arguing. How you arguing tooth and nail? But hold on, you just arguing. You tooth and nail. 3 million. That's out to 8, and then she had 5 left. But now you saying you all over. You can't. You gotta stay consistent here, man.
Because you said she keep upping it. She keeps saying this, and that's why.
That's what she initially said.
She said how much it was, and then she changed it.
That's what she initially said when she did the damn the conference, talking about the $8 million deal and the woman making the most money in female boxing, her Pat Poose and with Demetrius Salita and the $3 million bonus. Now I'm finally getting what I should have got. My 2 gold medals should have been $1 million each. Anyone gets a gold, they get a $1 million signing bonus when they turn pro. Now I'm getting that and more. That's why I'm getting $3 million. That's what she said.
Okay, well I believe she got the $3 million bonus. I believe that. So however their breast goes, I'm not worried about that. But I believe she got that upfront money. Okay, and I also believe that she's going to make more than the $500,000. That, like she said, that was the guaranteed amount that they agreed upon. But she's going to get more than that. And that kind of stuff is in the contracts too. If they're smart enough, those type of things can go in the contract.
You can put anything in a contract. I do think there's some back end money. If she gets a $500,000 guarantee, pay-per-view sales. Hold on. I'm gonna let you check. I'm gonna let you talk. You got the $500,000 guarantee. Then there's back end money from pay-per-view sales and multiple streams of revenue from if there's any type of endorsement sponsors, the concession stands, everything. That $500,000, I do think it will bubble up, not to $2 million. But go ahead. What were you saying?
I don't know. I just said that. I think that is more than that. You know. I was talking about the contract. I think that they put those things in the contract so that's how they're guaranteed to get more money because that stuff is added into the contract.
Yeah, of course. The contracts are very specifically worded. Yeah, no doubt. So.
Right. And I also heard the cousin that talks about her so much. When she talks about her, but she also said that that's her cousin, and she want to fight Glorilla for Claressa, even though she talks about her real bad. And she also said that Claressa ain't stupid. That she's been to school, she's been to college a little bit. She said that she can read those contracts too. I heard her say that too.
Yeah, I know Claressa said I can read, I can write, I can math. I don't need a financial advisor.
Well, her cousin said that, believe you me, she said she will sit there and read it. If she got to read it 10 times, she going to read it 10 times. She said she's not stupid.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, I believe that Claressa has a lot of, I believe she's an intelligent woman. I do think she has a lot of intelligence and she can read.
Just act a certain way, you know what I mean, which turns people off. But I mean, that doesn't mean that she's actually stupid or that she has a mental problem like people keep saying. You know, all of us have mental issues.
Not you have mental issues, not Hood Champion. Ain't no shit. Ain't now you crazy.
All black folks got some kind of little mental thing going on.
I ain't black. I ain't black. I'm half Japanese, half Italian. I'm Japtalian. I'm international, baby. Don't try to put me in that. I'm categorized. I'm half Japanese, half Italian. You don't see my Japanese mustache and Italian smile? Hood Champion.
Yeah, okay. I got you.
Yeah, but man, why you getting so worked up? Why you getting so worked up over Claressa Shields? Why are you so worked up over Claressa Shields?
Because I just don't see how so many people are just spewing out hate on one person. It's just ridiculous. My friend told me a long time ago, don't fuck with YouTube. They said because it will take you down a rabbit hole. And every time when you click on one thing about somebody, and then here go these other channels, and this thing, and this thing, and this thing, and you seeing this every day. This person talking, this person talking, this person talking, this person talking, every single day. I'm like, gee whiz. And then it comes back to me when I was a kid, how the old saying goes with all these people talking about she gonna fall and she gonna do this. And I remember as a kid, down south when they would say, remember, when you dig one hole, you better dig two. I remember that, how people, so they're saying that you shouldn't down people so bad because they're saying that you never know what may happen to you. You never know what may happen to somebody in your family. So you can't down people. And I just live like that. You know what I mean? This is why I say this, why I'm so passionate, because this is the way that I live. I don't do that to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You from the South, Mississippi? You said. I'm sorry. Where in the South you from?
I'm from the South, but I don't live in the South, and I've been living in the city for 40 years. But I sound still like I'm from the South, dear.
Yeah, but where in the South? Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama?
Tennessee.
You ain't from no Tennessee. You just threw that out there. Yeah, you messing with the wrong one, man. I got hustle in me. I wrong one. You can't try that over here. I know you.
But it's okay. I don't care. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
All right. So you from Arkansas. You from Arkansas. All right, go ahead.
Wherever I'm from, like I said, I've been in the city, living in the city for 40 years. Okay, in the big city for 40 years.
40 years. You got a mule?
Better, more than 40 years.
40 years.
More than 40 years, and I still sound like I'm in the deep South, right?
Oh yeah, it seemed like you still have that. I sound like you're from the South.
That's right, and been in a lot of rooms. Okay, still with that.
But why you so invested in this Claressa Shields craziness, man? It sounds like it gets under your skin. Why you watch it? Why you watch it?
When I watch stuff, I'm just like that. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm like that.
Okay, you're just naturally aggressive like Claressa.
And even if it wasn't her, like any like when I watch these trials and stuff, I'm passionate about all of that stuff. I just haven't been watching them lately because this stuff, every time I turn around, like I said, it's something every day. I need to just delete all these damn people, unsubscribe from all these folks.
Okay, well maybe that's a step. Maybe that's a step in the right direction because you don't seem to understand that Claressa wants the attention. She does things for the attention, and that's why people talk about her. You know, that's what I don't understand. That's what she wants.
People like that, they love attention. She ain't the only one. A lot of people love attention.
But you just said you don't understand why people talk about her. You ready to unsubscribe? That's what she wants. Why aren't you happy for her?
Yeah, I mean, I know, but let me tell you something. Like I said before, a lot of these people bring it on themselves too. If I was on a live, like I told you before, I'm on a live and I'm talking regular and I'm talking to people, and then I got these folks coming in my chat, cussing me out, calling me names and this and that. I'll cuss their ass out too. I would cuss their ass out too. Now, calling them broke, I might not do that. But hey, there's a lot of us been called broke before. She ain't the only person that calls somebody broke. Everybody's so worried about she said we broke. So what? She was broke too. Who cares?
Let me ask you a question. Why do you come to my channel and call Hood Champion? Do you go to other channels and call in and be in their chat? Why me? But why me?
You know what? This is gonna be my last call.
Okay.
This will be my last call since you asked me that.
But why are you getting mad? Because I asked you a question.
No, but I'm just saying I told you that before.
No, you ain't. No, look, you keep talking about I told you something before. People don't. I don't remember everything. Why do you call me? What is it about talking to Hood Champion and coming to my chat that's different? Because you talk about unsubscribing from everybody else. You didn't say me. What is it you like? Obviously, it must be something you enjoy over here. What is it? What is it that you like? Because I like talking to you.
I just like to listen.
Okay, but if you decide to never come back, I mean, you hurting my feelings now because I thought we had. Well, hold on, you hurt my feelings. No, but you hurt. Nah. You done hurt my feelings. See, now I'm upset. You hurt my feelings. How dare you come over here and do that to me? I thought we established some kind of connection. We were friends.
Well, but you keep asking me. You asked me like you wanted me to go.
There you go again, boy. You hear what you want to hear. You dangerous. How you interpret me asking you a question as, oh, you want me to go? Oh, my God. I just asked you a question. If you were to say, well, why you let me stay on here? If you getting agitated with me, I say, because I like talking to you. We just disagreeing, that's all. I like talking to you.
We both said the same thing. But
we ain't say the same thing. You and I ain't say the same thing.
We
you did so. I told you that before. I said it's all in love. I told you that before.
Okay.
I told you that
Okay.
before.
Okay. Okay.
But there's some people, I don't
Okay.
even listen to them. I don't even give them a chance to finish. I just click off of it, get off of it.
Okay.
But I listen to yours. I try to go all the way through. But them, I'll just cut off when they start that stupid shit. I just cut off.
All right. All right. What you cook tonight?
I didn't cook nothing much tonight.
Uh-oh.
We had leftovers.
Leftovers? Okay. Same old neck bones and all that, or you had
No, something light tonight.
something like you ain't have nothing light tonight. No, you didn't. You had something heavier than you had the other night because you came here locked and loaded. Shit, man, my ass, you had something like you came in here and you may have been sipping the goddamn hooch. You came in here ready for war, boy. I said, Lord have mercy. I gotta start doing this with some Kevlar on, man. I gotta come with my face painted. Shit, man, you come in here ready
That's
to rumble.
something I ain't never drank. My daddy used to make that stuff, but I ain't never drank that. It stink too bad.
I hear that. Well, all right, man. I'm gonna jump off of here. I gotta get up early in the morning. You have a good night, all right?
All right, you as well. Have a good one.
All right, bye. Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Mute your TV for me.
Okay, okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. What you got going on?
Okay, Hood Champion. You may not like what I got to say, but the young lady that called, that said she messed with a married man,
Yeah.
it be those women right there, the reason why men act the way they act. Have no respect for a married man. She don't care. She don't care that what Claressa Shields is doing is wrong because she feels that it's right. And it sounds like she's of age. So she should know better. Just no respect for herself or a married woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's why men feel like they can act the way they act.
Mm-hmm. She calls in and I'm listening to her and I'm like, man, that's like twice now. And I like talking to her, but she hears what she wants to hear. I'm talking to her on the phone and I'll just ask a question and she'll come out like I made a statement about something. And it's to a negative extreme. So I can only imagine when she's watching these videos of content creators or Claressa doing something. And the way she's interpreting things is just, I don't understand, man. I don't understand.
It's the fact that she thinks that it's okay. And at her big age, she thinks that it's okay to mess with a married man. Why should a man respect the woman and they don't respect themselves? It's so easy to jump to woman because we got simple-minded women out there like that. It just don't make any sense to me.
Right. No, I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
It's it's a trip. I just sit here. It's entertaining to me, but I understand when, like, since August, September, I've been doing the call-ins, and I've always listened to the ladies, and like tonight is another one of those nights where I understand why y'all feel so passionate about women not messing with married men. You know what I'm saying? I understand.
Yeah, and like every woman should be like that. If a man is married, they're off limits. They're off limits. Because if they do it to their wife, they'll do it to you. And it's just so crazy to me how many women think it's okay to mess with a married man, regardless of if they're not together, they're still married. So, yeah. But I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to get her right because ain't no way that she should be that big age and think that that's okay.
Right. Yeah, she was she always passionate and has an opinion, but I just listen to her and I'm like, I don't understand. But she seemed to be kind of set in the ways, man. Not open to really seeing things any different from how she sees it. So it is what it is.
But that ain't no way to be. That ain't no way to be being a woman. Not a real woman. Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna take too much of your time. I just wanted to call in and say that I cannot stand a woman that will mess with a married man. That's the only thing that I got against Claressa Shields. The only thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good night. All right, yeah. Let me tell you, like with me, let me turn that off. Everybody know I'm Japanese and Italian. Yeah. Everybody who happened to be from the black community got problems. I mean, come on now. That's crazy, man. Them kind of statements like that, generalizing, man, the whole every black person got problems. I mean, come on, that ain't true, man. That ain't true. You know what I'm saying? When I hear people saying that, I think I think anybody can benefit to have a conversation with somebody. That don't mean there's something wrong with your ass. You know what I mean? So I think we had to be more responsible when we start sitting here saying stuff like that. Every white person's a racist. Every black person has mental health problems. Every black person is a criminal. Every black person is uneducated. Every black man beats his wife. Every black woman cheats on her husband cheats on a wife, or they mistreat their children. The kids aren't set up for college. Black people don't have financial literacy. You got to be careful making these dumb, irresponsible statements, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand that. It makes you wonder, man, who people growing up underneath a goddamn rock. I mean, for real. It's 2026, man. You make people still talking that crazy shit, but that's why I try to understand the age and maybe the background of some of these people and the lack of worldliness. You know what I mean? That is not the case. There's black people out here, young and old, man. Very successful, very educated, got a lot of money, you know what I mean? Very ambitious, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing very well, have beautiful families. And even if the family happens to be fragmented, man go this way, the woman go that way, it doesn't mean they don't have a healthy relationship, you know what I mean? Sometimes people grow apart. That's not a bad thing. But then other times it can be toxic. But to just come out here and just kind of group us all together, man, and put that negative fucking like stigma on us, that shit's crazy to me. Crazy. Nah, take that elsewhere, man. You know, but if I start talking like that, see, that's when a real side of me will come out, man. I may get a bit more passionate, what y'all are used to. So I just let that shit roll off my shoulders because it's just the internet. We just talking, but now not everybody's like that. We can't. That is not the case. That is not the case because that's what people think, and it's actually alarming to hear somebody from the same race saying that. You know what I mean? That shit's scary. You know, that's scary. So, and to think that people had that mentality, you know, it's wild, man. Don't bring that shit over here. This chat has a very composite mix of people from all different status. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just come out here and do that. And keep that on yourself. Don't bring that over here. I've been doing this live for a long time. And there's a great group of people over here. And even if somebody may have a little bit of up and down, he can't just come out here and act like everybody over here crazy. Nah, that ain't it. We can all benefit from having a conversation, but nah, ain't nobody people got mental health problems, broken, crazy. Nah, man. Can't do that. Wrong. You can't do that. That ain't gonna fly. It says at her big age talking like auntie is setting the ways. Yeah, she just setting the ways, that's all. You know. And she calls in here because she like talking to Hood Champion and she like to chat. Because we have fun, we joke, we have the conversations, but we ain't full of all that negativity and craziness. So she feels comfortable calling in. That's all. She knows she'll call in here and Hood Champion to listen to her. And I ain't gonna sit there because they got these other channels. I do believe somebody will call out her name and cuss her out, especially the way she call in and try to overtalk me. And that's why tonight I just had to chirp her up a little bit, like, hey, yeah, you ain't gonna overtalk me. You know what I'm saying? So she welcome to call back. Why will she? I don't know. Because we can only take so much of that, man. People are hearing what they want. That's dangerous. Dangerous. Yeah, that wasn't nice. I got on my mouth. Yeah, just came out here and just threw all of y'all under the bus. All of y'all Sesame Street. If you let her tell the story. It's crazy. She like your hair. I got a hat on, man. So, you know, hair's hair. You know what I'm saying? Says now her, she said her bad decisions and trauma. Something going on there, you know what I'm saying? Something going on there. God ain't going to give you someone else's husband. I won't even mess with a man who has a girlfriend. I'm not second to nothing to nobody. Yeah, no, I hear y'all. That's one thing I always say with the ladies. Y'all are consistent, boy, when y'all talk about that. That's one thing I had to understand that. Like, why are women so upset about Claressa being with Pat Poose and And Remy and they separated. Anybody who been following me since like August, y'all know the position that I was taking. I was defending Papoose. I was defending the man. I was like, y'all ain't gonna come out here and break down the man. But then I decided to shut up and listen to what the ladies were saying. And the more I listened, the more I started to understand. And then it forced me to go do research about how it affects branding and sponsorships. And I was like, oh, yeah, this relationship between Claressa and Papoose is all bad. Not just, and really because of him being married, because sponsors won't touch you. Big time endorsement deals won't come your way because of you being in a relationship, because they see you as an extension of whatever they want you to represent. And if they look and see that, one, you're unpredictable. Two, there's some infidelity there. You're in a relationship with someone who's still legally married. They ain't touching that. So when I did the research and got up to speed, I started to understand more about the women. Then when you find out that she was in the DMs and trying to befriend Remy, asking about fashion tips, somehow she ends up with Papoose. That's the other thing. That's when I finally understood that. I was like, oh, that makes sense for people to be mad. Because even I was like, how'd that happen? So I understand. You know what I mean? I understand. So people be thinking Hood Champion don't be up to speed. I be up to speed on everything. Some things I just play like I'm not. But when I'm not, I'm like, okay, I don't know. But some things I know, I just let people talk. You know, they got a saying. I said it the other day, you know what you know. You don't show what you know. That's the thing about on the internet. Everybody want to be the first to brag about something or talk about something. And I ain't that dude. I don't care. There's a lot of stuff I know. I just don't talk about the shit. You know, I just don't care. That ain't my style. You know what I'm saying? She's just not bad enough. Yeah. A real woman doesn't ever have to compete. I hear that, man. Since I was separated from my husband 5 years before he passed, and I had another relationship, but no one knew about it since he and I were still married. I understand. I'm tracking with y'all. All right, look, man, you know what I got to do. I got to get up. It's almost 1 o'clock. I got to get up in 4.5 hours and take my son to practice, football practice. And then I had to figure it out, boy. I stayed single since we didn't have a divorce. All right. That being said, man, the chat was fun. The calls were fun. And I'm sure that Auntie will be calling in tomorrow if I'm live. And she'll be here, you know, with something else to say. Y'all keep cool. Thank you for calling, giving energy thus far. Auntie, take care. Yeah, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. I got to get up early. In the breeze.